दे शुणिबे से कौन कहते सेमानकर एक्सपीरियंस आपणक जीवन में बहुत साहाय्य करवा से जहाँ कहे से बहुत इंपोर्टेंट हम दयाकोरी कि शुणिबे आ सहित इंटराक्ट करने चेष्टा करेंगे। आसीगले आसीगले हेलो नमस्कार। ओडिया समाज द्वारा अनुष्ठित ओडिया पर्व 2023 तृतीय दिन चर्चा को आपको स्वागत जनाऊँ। ओडिया समाज द्वारा अनुष्ठित ओडिया पर्व 2023 को आपण को स्वागत जनाऊँ। आज आम सहित अच्छा डॉक्टर शिवाशीष गिरी, रिनाउंड सेल साइंटिस्ट, लेप्जिग यूनिवर्सिटी जर्मनी, मिस्टर रंजीत महापात्र, डायरेक्टर एचआर इंडियन ऑयल कॉर्पोरेशन, मिस्टर रंजीत रथ, सीएमडी ऑयल इंडिया लिमिटेड। आज आमर डिस्कशन को मॉडरेट करेंगे कमोडोर डॉक्टर जदुमणि जेना, एमडी जेआरडी डिसरप्टिव सॉल्यूशन प्राइवेट लिमिटेड। आउ आमर प्रेसिडेंट श्री श्रीधात प्रधान सर को मु अनुरोध करी आसिकी मंचरे निजर आसन ग्रहण करेंगे। मु आमर प्रेसिडेंट श्री श्रीधात प्रधान सर को अनुरोध करी आजिर विषय उपरे आपण आगरे तांकर पर्पस प्रस्तावित करेंगे।
नमस्कार। जय जगन्नाथ। आज जो चर्चा हम मोर यंग फ्रेंड्स मान को गोटे हाई पावर लुमिनारीज ओडिया पुओ जो आम देश को गर्व आनी ना अबिका शुणेले मो पाखे जो बस मिस्टर रंजन महापात्र वन ऑफ द हाईएस्ट रैंकिंग ओडियास इन द PSU। मिस्टर रंजन महापात्र अच्छा इंडियन ऑयल कॉर्पोरेशन नंबर 2 ही इज द डायरेक्टर HR। तांका पाखे जी बस डॉक्टर रंजीत रथ चेयरमैन कम मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर ऑयल इंडिया। मो महाप्रभु को कोटि कोटि नमस्कार जणाइବାକୁ चाहूँगी जे आम जड़े ओडिया ऑफिसर बेसी बयस नुह एट ए यंग एज he has become the CMD of a major company of India। पेट्रोलियम सेक्टर रे तांकर ना बहुत अर्जन करचिंती। आउ मु आशा करे मु भगवान को प्रार्थना करुची जे से आउरी उच्च पद को जानतु निश्चय जीवे। ही इज इन हिज अर्ली 50s। गॉड विलिंग ही शुड रीच many milestones। ता पाखे अच्छी पृथ्वी विख्यात साइंटिस्ट स्टेम सेल उपरे डॉक्टर सुभाषिष गिरी। डॉक्टर गिरी हेले मयूरभंज लोक। आउ गोटे एड्रेस आपण मान को कहले आपण खुशी हेबे। सी हेले आम प्रेसिडेंट द्रौपदी मुर्मूर गाँव लोक। डॉक्टर गिरी अबिका अच्छा म्यूनिक रे से स्टेम सेल उपरे बहुत ना अर्जन करिसेंती ऑलरेडी। आपण माने देखुचिंती सी बहुत यंग एंड मु खाली भगवान को प्रार्थना करुची जे दिने यही ओडिया पिला नोबेल प्राइज पाइकिरी आसीबे। मु दीर्घ 2 दिन हैला कहूची यही जो पिला माने झियो पुओ माने बसिंती सी हेले आमर देशर फ्यूचर ओडिशार फ्यूचर। मु आपण मानु कहिची आमे काई ओडिया समाज डिसाइड कलो आपण मान को डेली आनिया पई। आपण माने एसे प्रतियोगिता रे जीती के आसेंती ता पई आपण को धन्यवाद। आपण डेली आसिले डेली देखिले हाउ द पावर रिवॉल्व्स इन दिल्ली एंड इंडिया। मु बेसी किसी कहया को चाहूनी। मु रिक्वेस्ट करी आम मॉडरेटर जी अच्छा सी डॉक्टर जदुमणि जेना सी जड़े बहुत सीनियर नेवल ऑफिसर थिले। नेवी रु जल्दी रिटायरमेंट नहीं करी विभिन्न देशर विभिन्न जगार बहुत उच्च पद रे काम करिसेंती। मु डॉक्टर जेना को डाकुची सी कहिबे पदे।
हेलो, गुड मॉर्निंग। जय जगन्नाथ। थैंक यू। इट शुड हैव बीन लाउडर जय जगन्नाथ। गुड। आमे गत 2 दिन है शुणी आमर उत्कलर आमर ओडिशार आइडेंटिटी जोटा अस्मिता ओडिशा अस्मिता। तापर दिन थिला आमर ओडिशार स्वाभिमान आमर गर्व ओडिशार गर्व कौन सी है आमर अतीत आमर गर्व करिवार समय है एबे वर्तमान। किंतु आज आमर जो पैनल डिस्कशन प्लस आमर जो चीफ गेस्ट मैंने अच्छा गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर एमाने आपण को फ्यूचर कौन अच्छी ओडिशा केमिति आत्मनिर्भर हो पार और स्वावलम्ब हो पार से विषय से माने आज कहे ओके ये आम सांगरे सब जो अच्छा ये डायस रे अच्छा कि पैनलिस्ट मैंने जो बस समस्ते निज निज एरे एक्सपर्ट सुपर एक्सपर्ट और से माने जीवन रे समस्त सबकि अचीव कर हाएस्ट पोजिशन ओके से एक्सपीरियंस तुम्हें कह तेणुक केत गुड़ा ग्राउंड रूल मुझे कहूँ जे आमर जो डिस्कसन आज हम जेहेतु आम फ्यूचर विषय कहूँ आमर गोटे ऑब्जेक्टिव रहा कथा गोटे एम कौन आम कौन आमर पैनल डिस्कसन कि कौन कहबार तात्पर्यटा कौन आपण मैंने शुणवार तात्पर्य कौन आमर एम हूँ आप शुणी सारी पूर्व कथा वर्तमान कथा आमर एम हूँ ओडिशा को इकोनॉमिकली आमे केमिति फास्ट 5 स्टेट रे रखिपर एबे जो करेंट 9th फ्रॉम द बॉटम अच्छी ताको आमे 5 फ्रॉम द टॉप तार भीतर रखिपर तार कौन करा जीवो से तारी ऊपर डिस्कशन आज अच्छी आम ओडिशा रो नेचर रो बहुत गोटे गिफ्ट अच्छी एंड से ही अनुसार जो नेचुरल पोजिशनिंग अनुसार आमे बहुत ऊपर रहा कथा किंतु आमे सेटा रही पारना ताला आमर कौन प्रॉब्लम अच्छी कौन कले आम से पोजिशन को जापर से हूँ आज चर्चार विषय कतोड़ा ग्राउंड रूल्स आपण मैंने मोबाइल सब ऑफ करके रखिए कारण सीरियस डिस्कसन आपणकर सबू पिलामानकर ये भविष्य डिस्कसन मोबाइल ऑफ करके कि साइलेंट मोड रे रखिए सो डोंट गेट डिस्ट्रैक्टेड ये शुणवे आमर पैनलिस्ट एंड स्पीकर मान को भी आम मोर अनुरोध कारण बीइंग फ्रॉम डिफेंस आमे वी बिलीव ऑन टाइम कारण गुली गुली जो बाजो से टाइम गोटे स्प्लिट सेकेंड बाजो यू विल गो और द अदर मैन विल गो सो इट वी शुड स्टिक टू टाइम बी डिसिप्लिन सो विल वट एवर टाइम ऑल द स्पीकर्स एंड द पैनल दे विल बी नाउ डिस्कसिंग 5 minutes each सो देन आपण मान लास्ट क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन रहिबो से आप क्वेश्चन पचारि पारे लैंग्वेज no language barrier any language I think all of you are Odia English and Hindi जेकोसी जो सरल हम जोटा सुविधा हम जो अनुसार से जो लैंग्वेज कहीपर तो यही ग्राउंड रूल रे आमे आमर आज स्टार्ट करवा आई विल रिक्वेस्ट द पैन ऑनरेबल गेस्ट हियर ऑन द डायस टू स्टिक टू द टाइम ऑफ 5 minutes so that because there are a lot of ground to cover बहुत किसी आज अच्छी बहुत कुछ शुणवार अच्छी जेहेतु आम कहते हेल्थ इज वेल्थ आम जहाँ कर जदि प्रथमे आमर हेल्थ ठीक तेणुक हेल्थ विषय भी आमर ये डिस्कसन अच्छी किंतु आमर जो साइंटिस्ट अच्छा जड़े अच्छा जर्मनी रू प्लस आमर जड़े डॉक्टर अच्छा जे आई मीन रेपुटेड वर्ल्ड रिनाउन से समस्ते भी आसबे कहे सो टू स्टार्ट विथ आम एबे आई विल रिक्वेस्ट आमर चीफ गेस्ट रंजित रथ टू स्पीक ऑन स्वावलम्ब ओडिशा तांकर चिंताधारा स्वावलम्ब ओडिशा रे कौन टिके कहे
Good morning. Good morning. First of all, let me thank you all for having me and specifically to Mr. Pradhan, who has been actually coordinating and spearheading this initiative in this lovely city of Delhi. And I also must compliment my co-panelists who are assembled here to have a future roadmap of Odisha, and it feels extremely heartening to learn that you all have come here after clearing certain taste, certain selection criteria, and having written some essays or debates as part of a competitive process. So it feels good to talk to the younger Odia lot, or I am also sure that you are the future leaders of the country, not only the state, future leaders of the country. So the basic theme of today that we want to discuss is Swabalambi Odisha. As a state, how are we self-reliant in terms of not only our economic development, but also our social development. And while we as a state, we are economically independent or socially independent, which is absolutely not possible per se, in a quasi-federal system, when India is comprising of lots of states, how do we also grow ourselves and also contribute to the national economy? This is what is actually Swabalambi Odisha to me. If you look at the vantage position of Odisha, geographically, we are very well placed, possibly one of the best locations in the country. Now, there is a very common adage, which is called geography is destiny. And that is what, when you look at India per se, we feel that we are the bright spot in the whole globe today. And Odisha is also another bright spot in the Indian subcontinent. Have about a very promising coastline, which is part of north of Mahanadi and south ports. One of the oldest but most promising port, Paradip, and other ports as we speak are getting developed. Dhamra is being developed in the north of Mahanadi Delta, that is Paradip. Gopalpur is being developed south of Mahanadi. We have one of the largest refinery complex of IOCL in Paradip port. And I'm very pleased to have the Director HR of Indian Oil with us today. He will give you a perspective. We have in recent times, last week, another major investment of about 60,000 crore. Polypropylene and petrochemical investment in the PCPII region of Paradip. Now, that's not the just story which is happening. This besides, we all know that Odisha is rich in mineral resources. If you look at the northern part of Odisha, that is Mayurbhanj, Keonjhar, we have iron ore, we have manganese deposits plentiful. As we come to the central part of Odisha, we have Talcher and Ib, where we have major coal operations are going on, which is primarily the energy driver of the country. As we go south of Odisha, we have one of the largest deposits of bauxite, that is Pachpat Mali bauxite deposit, being operated by NALCO. This besides, we have multiple rivers, which is actually helping our Odisha or the geography of Odisha to have one of the major agricultural produce of the country. And we all know that one of the oldest earthen dam generating electricity is with us. In the upper reaches of Mahanadi, we have Hirakud Dam. Now, if you look at the geographical vantage position, today, which was earlier considered to be a backward area, that is the western part of the state, has become, because of the irrigation potential, has become the rice producing hub of the state. Now, a state which is endowed with natural resources, which is endowed with huge potential of agricultural economy, also requires something more. That is the service part of it. And we all know one of the finest educational hub Odisha has become. Today we have multiple opportunities of academics, multiple opportunity of pursuing higher research in our state. And as we speak, we have the best of the medical health facility, we have the best of the colleges to study, and we also have another flagship initiative of oil and gas sector, the best of the skill development institute. which actually creates an employable, trained manpower to cater not only to the economy of Odisha, but also to the economy of the greater cause of Indian nationals. So with these initial thoughts, I strongly believe this is actually the happening time, and as the youngsters that I speak to, you all have immense potential to pursue and navigate your career with an unstoppable approach. Thank you.
Thank you, Ranjit Rathji. Now I'll request another keynote speaker, Mr. Ranjan Mahapatra, Director HR IOC, Indian Oil Corporation, to share his thoughts.
नमस्कार जय जगन्नाथ वेरी गुड प्रथमे तो मु हमर प्रधान साहब को बहुत बहुत बधाई देवा चाहिए बहुत बहुत माने मु बहुत वर्ष है ओडिशा पर्व देखुची ए वर्ष ओडिशा पर्वर गोटे महत्व अलग अच्छी केत जन आगु ओडिशा पर्व जाइए पिला माने जो बस आगु देखी कहीं ना अच्छा सब जड़े दिण अच्छा तथापि ताले एटा हूँ नुआ आ बहुत एनीथिंग नुआ गोटे नुआ उत्साह सहित आसी सो से बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आ मो सांगे ये ऑयल सीएमडी डॉक्टर रंजीत रथ बाबू आई थिंक आपण मैंने समस्ते शुणी सारे जे रंजीत रथ बाबू होती जड़े यंग टेक्नोक्राट जे कि ऑयल इंडिया भाया कंपनी रो मुख्य अच्छी एंड ही हैज ए लॉन्ग वे टू गो सो आई थिंक आम डेफिनेटली देखा चाहबू आहरी माने आकाश छुईवाई रथ बाबूर सांगे अच्छा स्टेम सेल विषय के जन जानी ये स्टेम सेल विषय कार आइडिया अच्छी बहुत कम तेणु गिरी बाबू को छाड़बनी ये मात्र 3 मिनिट भाषण देवे बाहरला पचार स्टेम सेल विषय स्टेम सेल रिसर्च जड़े रियली बहुत माने एडवांस यंग दिशुंट बहुत किंतु बहुत रिसर्च कर स्टेम सेल उपरे सो यू मस्ट आस्क हिम सो गिरी बाबू ऑफ कोर्स ये बहुत बरेण्य व्यक्ति अच्छा दामोदर सार अच्छा अशोक बाबू अच्छा आमर मोर जड़े इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर सुदीप्त राय सर अच्छा बहुत पुराना बंधु हिरण्य बाबू और बहुत जन लोक ये अच्छा समस्त को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद जे मत मौका देवाई मु आज मैंने पूरा मेन टॉपिक हूँ स्वावलंबी ओडिशा स्वावलंबी माने कौन सेल्फ रिलायंट स्वावलंबी माने सेल्फ रिलायंट बा बढ़िया आम ओडिया इंग्लीश बुझा ताले स्वावलंबी माने कौन स्वावलंबी पर हूँ गोटे जिनस खाली फोकस करने चाहूँगी जोटा मत कहुई कहवाई चेंज ऑफ माइंडसेट स्वावलंबी है प्रथम कथा है स्वावलंबी है निजे निज उपरे निर्भर करवा आ जो जिनिस आमको प्रोड्यूस करने को अच्छी आमको दबा को अच्छी आमको अवदान दबा को अच्छी से जिनस को आम कर राइट मु दीटा जिनस को मिसेक गोटे जिन कहूँ चाहूँगी जे स्वावलंबी हवाई प्रथम जिनिस हूँ मु निज को इम्प्रूव करेबी निज को सही टाइप रो करई पारिबी जे आई कैन स्टैंड एनी टेस्ट ऑफ टाइम कौन सी परिस्थिति रे मु ठिया होगी रही पारिबी झड़ आसो बतास आसो एडवर्सिटीज आसो बहुत जिनस मुझे गोटे बही पढ़ी नेपोलियन हिल विषय शुणी किए एनीबडी हैज हर्ड अबाउट नेपोलियन हिल ऑब्वियसली सर थैंक यू नेपोलियन हिल गोटे बही अच्छी तार थिंक एंड ग्रो रिच कभी पढ़ा को चाहिए यू कैन ट्राई टू रीड दैट थिंक एंड ग्रो रिच बेसिक प्रिंसिपल हूँ एवरीथिंग इज इन आवर माइंड जदि आम माइंड को इम्प्रूव करिपरिबा एवरीथिंग इज पॉसिबल आज यदि आम डिसाइड कर बहुत समय एमती हुए ना हमको लगे जे एटा करि परिबी कि नहीं एटा बोले मु करि परिबिनी द मोमेंट यू थिंक दैट मु करि परिबिनी probably से जिनसे केबे भी हबनी. But the reverse is very, very true. The day you decide that this will happen, it will happen. शाहरुख खान नो मूवी अच्छी ना कोटा सारे कायनात इकट्ठा हो जाता है ସେଇ ଜିନିଷ ଯେତେବେଳେ ମାଇଣ୍ଡରେ ଭାବିବ ଯେ ଏଇଟା ଜିନିଷଟା କରିବାକୁ ଅଛି and that is the most important thing which all of us have to do. Just ଦିଟା ପଏଣ୍ଟ କହିକିରି ଛାଡ଼ିବାକୁ ଚାହିଁବି. ଚେଞ୍ଜ ଅଫ୍ ମାଇଣ୍ଡ ସେଟ୍ ପ୍ରଥମ ଜିନିଷ ଏଠି ଆପଣ ମାନେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଯେଉଁ ପିଲାମାନେ ଏଠି ବସିଛନ୍ତି ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ମୁଁ କହିବାକୁ ଚାହେଁ ସେମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ଆମମାନେ ତ କହିପାରିବୁ କେବଳ କରିବାକୁ ତମକୁ ପଡ଼ିବ କାରଣ ଆଗର ଦୁନିଆ ତୁମକୁ ଦେଖିବାକୁ ଅଛି ଆଗର ଦୁନିଆ ଆମମାନଙ୍କର ପ୍ରାୟ ହେଇଗଲା ଏଠି ସମସ୍ତେ ଯେଉଁ ବସିଛୁ ରଞ୍ଜିତ ରଥ ବାବୁଙ୍କୁ ଛାଡ଼ି ଦେଇକି ଗିରି ବାବୁଙ୍କୁ ଛାଡ଼ି ଦେଇକି ଲମ୍ବା କ୍ୟାରିୟର ଅଛି ତାଙ୍କ ଲମ୍ବା ସମୟ ଅଛି ଆଗରେ. ପ୍ରଥମ କଥା ହେଲା ଯେ ପ୍ରଥମେ ମୁଁ ଯେଉଁଠିକି ଯାଏ ଏଭ୍ରିୱେୟାର ଡାଇରେକ୍ଟର HR ଅଛୁ ତେଣୁ ଗଲା ମାତ୍ରେ ସମସ୍ତେ ପଚାରନ୍ତି ସାର୍ ଚାକିରି କେଉଁଠି ମିଳିବ. ଓଡ଼ିଶା ବା ପୁରୁଣା ହିସାବରେ ଆମେ ଜାଣିବା ଯଦି ଉତ୍କଳ ତାହେଲେ ୟା ତା ପୂର୍ବରୁ କଳିଙ୍ଗ କେଉଁ ଅନୁସାରେ ମାନେ କେଉଁ ନାଁରେ କେଉଁ ହିସାବରେ ପ୍ରସିଦ୍ଧ ଥିଲା. କ'ଣ ପାଇଁ ଆମେ ବାଲିଯାତ୍ରା କରନ୍ତୁ ଆମେ ବାଲିଯାତ୍ରାକୁ ବହୁତ ବାଲିଯାତ୍ରା ବିଷୟରେ ଜାଣିଛ ତ ବଡ଼ ଜୋରରେ କହିବା ଦରକାର. ହଁ ବାଲିଯାତ୍ରା କ'ଣ ପାଇଁ କରାଯାଏ ବାଲିଯାତ୍ରା କ'ଣ ପାଇଁ ହୁଏ ଏଇଟା ବାଲିଯାତ୍ରାଟା ଆମେ ବ୍ୟବସାୟ କରୁଥିଲୁ ରାଇଟ୍ ଆମେ ଜାଭା ବାଲି ସୁମାତ୍ରା ସବୁଆଡ଼େ ଯାଉଥିଲୁ ଆଉ ବ୍ୟବସାୟ କରୁଥିଲୁ ରାଇଟ୍ ଯଦି କରୁଥିଲୁ ସେଟା କ'ଣ ଥିଲା ସେ ପିରିୟଡ଼ଟା କ'ଣ ଥିଲା वी वेर स्वावलम्बी माने जे सेल्फ रिलायंट वी आमे स्वावलम्बी थिलु व्यवसाय करूथुलु एवं गोटे जगह रे देखो चाकरी रो गोटे ऑप्शन होची तमे गोटिए वेरएज जेतबेले तमे जने एंटरप्रेन्योर बनिबो कि जेतबेले जने माने कोनसी एरिया को एई बलिया एरिया को जीवो यू आर आल्सो एंगेजिंग ए फ्यू एंड दैट स्टार्ट्स द इफेक्ट कहा ऊपर निर्भर करिवार नहीं प्रथम चेंज ऑफ माइंडसेट होची हमर समस्त दरकार कहा ऊपर निर्भर करिवार नहीं हमको ए बेनिफिटटा दरकार ताहले हम एटा करि परिबा एई एटा दरकार एई सपोर्ट सिस्टमटा दरकार ताहले हम कर व्हाट वी वांट एक्चुअली एंड दैट्स आल्सो वेरी क्लियर व्हाट वी वांट पॉलिसीज एंड प्रोसीजर्स व्हिच विल बी हेल्पिंग ईच वन ऑफ अस टू अचीव दैट सेटा हमें सिद्धार्थ बाबू ये अच्छा अन्य बड़ बड़ लोक अच्छा समस्त थ्रू रे कहवा एमती एनवायरनमेंट क्रिएट किया जाऊ किंतु एज फार एज मु निजे कंसर्न तुम्हें मैंने समस्ते कंसर्न वी हैव टू बी सेल्फ रिलायंट विथ दैट चेंज ऑफ माइंडसेट दैट आई विल टेक केयर ऑफ माई सेल्फ ये जिनसा गोटे हूँ प्रथम जिनस सेकेंड आउ कहा ऊपर निर्भर नहीं कौन सी सपोर्ट मत दरकार नहीं द्वितीय जिनस
लास्ट 1 मिनिट
या द्वितीय जिनस आमे हेल्प क्या करी परिबा यही जो चेंज ऑफ माइंडसेट जदि जड़े मु आज जन को हेल्प करी पारली आ सी आउ जन को हेल्प करी पारला ताहले बोधवे माने ओडिशा पर्व तार गोटे ज्वलंत उदाहरण एटार एटी गोटे आज जो सिस्टम चलची खाली माने दहीबरा आलुदम पाई नुह ये सिस्टम होची जे आमे समस्ते जानी परिबे जो कंपटीशन हेची कि जहाँ भी हेची आमे जड़े जन को हेल्प करके आगू को बढ़ाई पार मुझे दीटा कथा ये दीटा जिनस दे आप तुम मैंने तुम पाखे छाड़ुची एंड मुझे आशा करुँची डेफिनेटली तुम्हें मैंने निज सेल्फ रे आउ प्रोफेशनल कैरियर रे या प्रयोग कर धन्यवाद
थैंक यू रंजन महापात्र जी थैंक यू वेरी मच नाउ वी हैव our Shivashish Giri who will be speaking one of the eminent scientists in stem cell. So he will be speaking 5 minutes, sir.
Thank you, Prakash sir, and thank you, Pradhan sir, for such nice words. If you can go to a little bit deep science, when the Pradhan sir told me that he wished that to get Nobel Prize, if you can see in few seconds, the whole chemical of my blood is changed for few seconds. So please motivate to your colleagues, friends. It's changing, you know. You tell some nice words, motivate to friends and family. So when I come to Germany, it was curiosity to meet the Nobel laureates. जर्मनी ओडिया जर्मनी रे जते आपण नोबेल प्राइज मिलिया पे चाहउछंती तांको आपण सुपर मार्केट रे पाई जिवे के साइकिल चलाउथबो के पहाड़ रे चालुथबो देन आई रिक्वेस्टेड कैन आई मीट हाउ द आइडिया कम्स टू यू से या यू आर इंडियन यस आई एम इंडियन so you are from Gandhi country yes you are from Ayurvedic country yes then I met 32 Nobel laureates then how the idea comes for Nobel discoveries. And now this topic is world famous, my topic, where the Nobel ideas come from Nobel discoveries. In Japan and all over the world, I visit 72 countries. Then, sometime I try to invite Nobel laureates to my home. ଆପଣ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି ମୁଁ ତାଙ୍କୁ କ'ଣ ଖାଇବା ପାଇଁ ଦେଉଥିଲି? ବାଇଗଣ ପୁଡ଼ା, ତେନ୍ତୁଳି ପାଣି, ମୁଢ଼ି, ଏଇ ଯେଉଁ ଜିନିଷ ଖାଇକି ତାଙ୍କ ଯେଉଁ ଏକ୍ସାଇଟମେଣ୍ଟ, they come again and again. Many Nobel laureates come to me, to Murtunjay Bhai, to Bhubaneswar. I bring many Nobel laureates to me in Bhubaneswar. तांको पाखरु मु सिखली जे साइंस वी नो नथिंग अबाउट साइंस जेते बेले या जेते मैं 2008 रे गली मो डायरेक्टर भाविला कि ये जो डायबिटिक्स पेशेंट को देखो माने गाड़टा काटिया शेड्यूल हो जाता किंतु पेशेंट कहला आई डोंट वांट टू कट माय लेग्स एंड देन डायरेक्टर पुट दिस जॉब टू मी आई वेंट टू लाइब्रेरी आई आस्क्ड hundreds thousands of doctors nobody says Shivas please cut the legs tell to your students to cut the leg otherwise you can kill the patient but the patient is not ready patient think I am a magic man कौन करली तापर मु जानली सिंपल साइंस स्किन सेल सर्वाइव 28 days तेणु मुझे गोटे टेक्नोलोजी डेवलपमेंट कली से 9 मासरे पूरा स्किन रिजेनेरेशन हो गला कई विश्वास कले नोबेल प्राइज मान को कहली सर दे नोबडी बिलीव अस say yes me too sometimes that 10 years don't believe they reject me they reject my funding science is something like that and till now we are the only one in the Leipzig and Munich we treat the patient without scar it's complete regeneration of skin and this is the second cases of vitiligo till now nobody has treated such vitiligo patients and follow-up studies not spreading from last 4 years the vitiligo is stopped and then the point I want to tell you now that we see the different healing time quality times about the patient then I ask the patient what we do what we eat they say we go to waterfall we walk in the mountain we walk 3 hours in the forest we think good we look on the painting during sleeping we don't watch TV we don't use smartphone in Germany you don't see the smart TV in the home you don't see and then I found out what is there in the waterfall what is there in the river what is this in the forest I belongs to the waterfall I belongs to the deep forest where the tigers crocodiles are there and then look these patients we have 27 patients how we heal it and whole world is coming to us now for treatment and we are trying to make a skill cleaning around the world like McDonald's and we found the investor and look how they look this is the magic we have mitochondria can you see the 9,000 times splitting per minute everybody have this machine in the mitochondria millions trillions of cells but what we do we make a mess our body come to the point those patients heals very nicely they often go to the waterfall they often walk in the forest we think oh it's walking in the forest 2 hours is boring no we need oxygen we need waterfall release something like here you can see if you spend some time it's me for few minutes your body will vibrate insidely your body will clean in 1 hour you will get excitement you can get a lot of regenerative factors whatever this experiment I do on my body and here this is some patients has a very brain problem they said oh maybe they're nervous they're stressed and then my director says, do you know my director thinks that I can do everything and then I think okay then I make this all of you know this is called we call handi phota and I create in Switzerland and Munich okay come to the festival I make the jhalmuri and some Indian typical foods and always I make this tamarind tentuli pani and they like it and then I make this €100 on a bucket and then somebody kick then can win and I see their happiness. And this is very simple games, but it can cure your brain disorder, the excitement, the things that the whole chemical of your body and brain is changed. It excitement. Your brain is the creativity area of your brain will be improved. And then this is I practice around 45 times. And if you do this, you will increase your creative power of your brain. And we do this in patients, and they improve the healing, they improve a lot of things, and they improve brain disorder also. Finally, I did it. It's not so much time, so that's why. And this is come. I in my guidelines, I told every patient to comb 100 times. You should comb your hair. It looks like crazy, but we get a very big benefit on that. Every small function coordinated by the brain. And when you put it little bit more, and this neem is I produce it. And neem tree, you can just throw the neem seeds in anywhere in the jungle. You don't need to care. In after 5-10 years, we can see the big neem tree. This is the magic and beauty of the neem tree. And here, you see, I did a lot of, like I spent 1 week in the waterfall. I check my blood. I check this negative air ion. When the water collides each other and they release negative air ions. Till now, there is no any medicine in this planet that clean your brain within 25 minutes. Clean, like around 50% of the messy things of the brain, our brain become messy and foggy. And to clean this like a sponge, you need to go to the waterfall, and that bring it's going inside and clean, and then taking all this weight from the brain. Then you feel better. That's why you feel better. And now we make it we like 300% brain disorder has been improved. And this is like a waterfall. So please go to the waterfall and think that the brain, everything coordinated by brain. When we feel pee, we cannot see inside the blood like a bladder. This will fuel, then they tell the brain, okay, then we can feel pee. So everything, think about the change of the biochemical process of the body, how our body works. It's faster than the rocket. It's an amazing, powerful medicine. You need to clean your body. Rest of things, let the body do. This is the magic and best medicine of the. I did a lot of experiment on the skin. Once you clean the cells, everything will do. We know nothing. We know less than 5% of our body. Yeah, this is waterfall. It is 30 kilometers from my village, and you see how it's called Uski. Very beauty name. Uski means coming automatically. It's our local language. Uski means. And this is the last slide I can show you. You can see in the top of 3000 cc in per centimeter square in waterfall. In air condition, you can find 25. Can you imagine? 25 cc in air condition where you were sleeping and staying. And in waterfall, it's 30,000 cc. So please spend times in waterfall, otherwise you have to stand in hospitals. And here, another slide, you see the puchi khelo. In diabetic patient, everybody they go to the morning walk and then feeling tired and they're eating 5-6 roti on chapati or paratha. This is wrong actually. You need to vibrate your pancreas. When you do puchi khelo, I think all of you know, then your pancreas will be vibrate. Genes are there. You need to reset. You need to activate genes also by physical activity. And we recovered many diabetic patients. People don't believe us, but we did a lot of recover from pre-diabetic, from diabetics in Moscow, Rusland, Russia, and Los Angeles, in New York, in Germany. But unfortunately, Indian people in here, they don't believe us. They say yes, but they don't. If you do puchi khelo, you will improve your diabetics conditions. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now I'll request our President Siddharth Pradhan to felicitate the guests on the dais. You can catch hold of Sibhasis Giri during lunch break and have more questions to him. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So you can be in the audience and see the next discussion. Now I'll request our panelists for today's discussion. They are all experts on their own field and most successful people. And we got five of them. Dr. Ashok Mahapatra. He is VC, Vice Chancellor of Shiksha Anusandhan Institute and Director of some hospital. And he was former Director AIMS, Bhubaneswar, and also Dean of AIMS Delhi. Please, sir. We have Professor Damodar Acharya, who is Chairman of Advisory Board of SOA University, and he was former Director of IIT Kharagpur, Chairman of AICTE, and Vice Chancellor of Biju Patnaik University, Technical University. Sir, please. Then we have Dr. Mrutyunjoy Swar. He is the Director General of R&D and Innovation at KIT Bhubaneswar, and also the Chairman of Bhubaneswar Innovation Cluster. Please. And we got Mr. Sandeep Das. He is an independent director in Greenlam and STL. He was former CEO, Chief Executive Officer of Reliance Jio, then Vodafone, and also Aircel. Aircel Maxis, he was the group CEO, carries a lot of experience about the corporates. So we'll be listening to them today, and they're great in their most experienced people in their own field. Now, say we were there to help those who wants to help themselves. Okay, all this, whatever they will be talking, will be helping you to help yourself. Okay, now I start with just analyzing. Already you have listened to our Ranjit Rabji. So he told about our strength. Odisha strength kona. our opportunity कौन जदि आम कौन से डिस्कसन करवा आमर एम है आम स्टेट को आम केमी टॉप 5 को आनिबा सेटा होचे आम ऑब्जेक्टिव आमर स्ट्रेंथ से कौन आम पर रिच मिनरल अच्छी फर्टाइल लैंड अच्छी रिवर एंड वाटर बॉडीज लाइक चिल्का भी अच्छी एंड 480 किलोमीटर कोस्ट लाइन भी अच्छी सो विथ ऑल दिस एंड अपॉर्चुनिटी कौन आमर ये digital technology which is digital transformation which is taking place and we got enough talent pool in the state. I think basic samutra maximum engineering college joti IT and computer science achi that is in Odisha. So with this resources with us, with these opportunities with us, now we can prioritize some sectors where we can take up any problems or challenges, solve it, and be a leader in the country. If today it is India's decade, it is now Odisha's moment. We can change Odisha from whatever it is now. With this, there are 5 sectors which can probably have got maximum potential. Odisha को चेंज करिया पाए ओडिशा इकोनॉमी को चेंज करिया पाए सेटा गोटे एग्रीकल्चर हेल्थ टूरिज्म माइनिंग एंड मेरीन प्रोडक्ट्स एते कोस्ट लाइन चिल्का ये था कि मेरीन प्रोडक्ट्स सो यही 5टा सेक्टर आम यदि फोकस करिवा देन दैट विल ब्रिंग लॉट ऑफ चेंज टू ओडिशा नाउ विथ दिस विल स्टार्ट किए करिवो द यूथ यू आर द फ्यूचर यू कैन डू इट नाउ आमर जो स्ट्रक्चर है आम सुनिबा केते गुड़ाक स्टार्टअप केमिति करिसंती कौन करूसंती नियर फ्यूचर रे कौन करिवे ता से एग्जांपल आम सब रेकॉर्डेड एक अच्छी सुनिबा प्लस आमर एक्सपर्ट मानकर भी कमेंट सुनिबा केमिति कौन करिवा नाउ जेहेतु एग्रीकल्चर आमर सोसाइटी एग्रीरियन सोसाइटी गोटे फर्स्ट देखा ओडिशा रे कौन एग्रीकल्चर हो पारिबो ओके द फर्स्ट स्टार्टअप गोटे एग्रीटेक जस्ट लिसन
देवगढ़ की एक छोटी सी तहसील जहां रहते हैं लाखों गरीब किसान जो निर्भर करते हैं मुख्यतः खेती पर। यहाँ गांव की संख्या है 335 और ग्राम पंचायतों की संख्या है 26। मौसम की जानकारी ना मिलना व एक ही फसल को बार बार बोते रहना यहाँ के किसानों के उन्नति में बाधा बनता जा रहा है। तो चलिए नजर डालते हैं रियामल तहसील के किसानों की कुछ प्रमुख समस्याएं, जिनमें सबसे मुख्य समस्या है मौसम की जानकारी का अभाव। बहुत से किसान मौसम की जानकारी न मिलने के कारण फसल प्रबंध करने में असमर्थ रहते हैं, जिसके फलस्वरूप उन्हें एक ही फसल बार बार बोना पड़ता है। और एक ही फसल की बार बार बुआई करने से यहाँ की मिट्टी में उर्वरकता की भी कमी आ गई है। तीसरी समस्या है सटीक सलाह का न मिल पाना, जैसे मिट्टी की उर्वरकता कैसे बढ़ाएं, कौन से बीज किस्म का प्रयोग करें, खाद कब डालें, कब सिंचाई करें इत्यादि। चौथी व सबसे महत्वपूर्ण समस्या है कि यहाँ के किसानों को जानकारी या तो मिल नहीं रही है, और अगर मिल रही है तो एक साथ कई सारी मिल रही हैं, जिससे यहाँ के किसान ये अनुमान नहीं लगा पा रहे हैं कि कौन सी जानकारी सही और सटीक है। तो इन सभी समस्याओं का समाधान है हमारा फसल सलाह कृषि ऐप। इस कृषि ऐप की सहायता से यहाँ के किसानों को मिलेगी खेती में सहायता। तो चलिए देखते हैं कौन कौन सी सुविधाएं हैं इस फसल सलाह ऐप में।
प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना के तहत क्लेम हासिल करना अब बहुत आसान और विश्वसनीय हो गया है। फसल सलाह लेकर आए हैं एक वैज्ञानिक तरीका जिससे फसल की प्रामाणिकता पर मुहर लगती है। इसका लाभ किसान और सरकार दोनों ही उठा सकते हैं। किसानों को अपनी फसल के असली मूल्य के बारे में जानकारी मिलती है और सरकार को क्लेम निपटाने में भी आसानी होती है। सबसे पहले ऐप फसल सलाह पर किसान रजिस्टर होते हैं। अपनी फसल के बारे में जानकारी वो खुद देते हैं। फसल की बुआई के साथ साथ रकबे की जानकारी साझा की जाती है। एग्रीटेक सॉफ्टवेयर की मदद से उन्हें सलाह मिलती है कि कौन सी फसल फायदेमंद होगी और उसे किस तरह तैयार करना होगा। किसान फसल की तस्वीरें भेजते हैं जो जियो टैग होती है और जिनसे उनका सत्यापन होता है, और फिर आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस से डेटा प्रमाणित होता है कि फसल की तस्वीरें और उपज ठीक है या नहीं। बाद में उपग्रह से ली गई तस्वीरों से फसल के क्षेत्र का मिलान किया जाता है। दोनों जानकारियों को जोड़कर खेत की ईल्ड या फसल के मूल्यों का अनुमान लगाया जाता है। इसके आधार पर फसल के कुल मूल्यों या उसके नुकसान को मापा जाता है। इस वैज्ञानिक तरीके से किसान को अपनी फसल का सही मूल्य मालूम पड़ता है। फसल को हानि होने पर उसको सटीक रूप से मापा जा सकता है, जिससे सरकार को फसल का क्लेम तय करने में मदद मिलती है। इससे किसान को विश्वास पैदा होता है और उसकी मेहनत बेकार नहीं जाती। साथ ही सरकार को किसानों के साथ काम करने और उसकी मेहनत की भरपाई करने का मौका मिलता है।
ओके, टेक्नोलोजी देखले अपन टेक्नोलोजी द्वारा केमिति अपन एग्रीकल्चर भी बहुत प्रॉफिटेबल हो पारिबो। अब कारण आम ओडिशार जो एग्रीकल्चर प्रोड्यूस भी आम बहुत गुण बढ़ाई पारिबा। सेटा तार एटा होची आम डिजिटल टेक्नोलोजी यूज करके डिजिटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन केमिति आम आनी पारछंती ओडिशा को, तार एटा गोटे उदाहरण। नाउ विल कम टू हेल्थ। वी शुड बी रिमेन हेल्दी टू मेक एनीथिंग फॉर ओडिशा। So health is a necessity and health is wealth. So more question about हमारा डॉक्टर अशोक महापात्रन को जे how affordable healthcare both preventive and curative can reach the underprivileged section of Odisha using power of digital health technology, especially clinician can play the leading role in such a innovative startups in healthcare sector. So Dr. Mahapatra, please.
जय जगन्नाथ। शुभ अपराह्न। आज आमर नवरात्र पंचम दिन स्कंद मातांकर आराधना दिवस। मंचासन समस्त मान्य गण्य पूज्य नमस्य अतिथिवृंद, एठी उपस्थित समस्त भद्रमंडली और स्टूडेंट माने। जीवनर सबुठु बड़ प्रोब्लेम है रोग। आमर कौन कले आमे आमर रोगरू त्राही मिल किंबा आमे आमर जीवनटा को आरोग्यमय आनंदमय करके पाली पारिबा। आपण देखिले 2019 रे कोविड आसला डिसेम्बर रे। कोविड बेले आमर आईटी रो बहुत यूज है फॉर अपॉइंटमेंट, फॉर द वैक्सीनेशन, फॉर रिसर्च। आमर हॉस्पिटल मध्य वैक्सीन रिसर्च रे इन्वॉल्व थिला। 10टी वैक्सीन रिसर्च सेंटर रे सब हॉस्पिटल थिला। आज प्रश्न है जे आज आमर स्वास्थ्य कौन भल होती जदि आम महात्मा गांधी जन्म 1869 मसीहा पलैया सेतेबेले इंडियार एवरेज लंगजिविटी 28 वर्ष जितेबाला भारत स्वाधीन है सेतेबेले आमर लंगजिविटी 32 वर्ष आज हूँ मेल मानक 69 इयर और 71 इयर्स ताहले आम जीवनटा लंबा हवा द्वारा आम कौन आनंदर अच्छे खुशी अच्छे आरोग्य अच्छे ना कौन असुविधा आमर प्राय जदि आप 60 वर्ष रु 70 वर्ष बचे 25% डायबिटीज 25% ब्लड प्रेशर 40% ओभरवेट 12% ओके तीन टाक डायबिटीज ब्लड प्रेशर ओभरवेट प्राय 25% हम आउ प्राय 40% लोकंर प्राय हम गोटे जिनस थी केवल 60 रु 65 वर्ष भितर 12% लोक होती सुस्थ तेणु एज बढ़ी सांगे आमर मेडिसिन आवश्यकता बढ़ीज मु कहे मुझे कैंप करे छोट पिला बड़ मनीष पिला बड़ एडल्ट 70 वर्ष 10टी मेडिसिन 80 वर्ष 15टी मेडिसिन गरीब लोक मैंने आस सार आम 15 मेडिसिन खाऊँ आमर मासक 5000 खर्च हो 7000 इनकम कौन करवा तो क्वेश्चन है आम आम जीवन शैली को ठीक करवा जीवन शैली 3टा जिनस खाद्य काम आउ रेस्ट आमर आज जीवन शैली पूरा खराब राति सारा काम करुचे दिन सारा शोचे प्रथम तृतीय श्रेणी आम सुषम खाद्य पढ़ुचे आम जंक फूड खाऊचे माँ पिला को सुषम खाद्य एसे लिखोकरी पिज्जा मगाऊँगी तेणु आज आमर समाज रे खाद्य स्वास्थ्य रेस्ट आ कामर किसी समन्वय नहीं आम कौन खाऊचे आ कौन पढ़ी समन्वय नहीं आम केते काम करवा आ केते रेस्ट नहीं आमर पिला माने जदि अमेरिका काम कर 100,000 डॉलर इनकम कले राति सारा काम कर दिन में पैसा कले बापा बड़ खुशी कारण रातिटा शोयापी आ दिनटा काम करने आम आम बर्तमान कहते बॉडीर हार्मोन राति नाइट इज मेंट फॉर स्लीप नॉट फॉर वर्किंग तेणु आम जदि जीवनटा को व्यतिग्रस्त करदे ताल सुस्थ हो पारानी ताल आम देखले पैंडेमिक कौन देखले पैंडेमिक देखिले जो मानकर शरीर इम्यून सिस्टम स्ट्रंग थिला से माने रोगटा को बहुत मात्रा रे आरोग्य रही पारे प्रतिरोध कर पारे इम्यून सिस्टम केमती स्ट्रंग करवा खाना काम रेस्ट और रिलैक्सेशन तेणु आम पाखे 3टा जिन कौन खाइबा सुषम खाद्य खाइबा आज हम जंक फूड खाऊे से ट्रांस फैट अच्छी सब प्रकार मात्रा रे कैल्शियम मिनरल मैंगानीज कपर सोडियम सब नाही तापर बहुत मात्रा फैट अच्छी तो आम खाद्य ठीक नहीं आम राति सारा काम करुचे मुझे आम हॉस्पिटल पचारे पिलामानू एम्स भुवनेश्वर कौन सी स्टूडेंट मेडिकल नर्सिंग स्टूडेंट दिन राति 2टा पर शुंतनी 48% पिला MBBS पढ़ुं डिप्रेशन तेणु एम्स रे MBBS पाले आम खुशी हाँ कि ना आमर सुस्थ जीवन रही ना कारण आम स्टूडेंट मान स्वास्थ्य देखिलु 48% डिप्रेशन 50% ओभरवेट बापा माँ पैसा आम खाऊँ खाइबा कौन खाइबा केते खाइबा केते रेस्ट ना कौन पढ़ा तेणु आम जीवन लाइफ स्टाइल जिते खराब होगला तेणु आम जदि जीवन को सुस्थ करवा तो आम मान जीवन में लाइफ स्टाइल कौन इंपोर्टेंट मु स्लाइड देखौनी ताल आम देखा कौन खाइबा सुषम खाद्य खाइबा केते थर खाइबा जो डायबिटीज अच्छी पिला मानकर 20 वर्ष बयस आम कैंप करूँ 15% हाई ब्लड प्रेशर 15% प्री डायबिटिक और 40% ओभरवेट आपण मैंने जातु देखु पिला माने हाई स्कूल रे 40% ओभरवेट 15% का ब्लड प्रेशर 130 आम कहे 130 नॉर्मल अरे एडल्ट पे 140 नॉर्मल किंतु गोटे 15 वर्ष पे 100टा नॉर्मल जदि 15 वर्ष पिला ब्लड प्रेशर 130 हो गला आम हूँ 100 नॉर्मल अच्छी कारण आम एडल्ट डाटा को पीडियाट्रिक डाटा एक्सट्रापोलेट करुचे तेणु प्रथम जिनस है सुषम खाद्य समान परिमाण खाद्य टाइमिंग केते थर खाइबा आम कौन करुचे ब्रेकफास्ट आम खाऊने ब्रेकफास्ट 90% चिल्ड्रेन डोंट टेक ब्रेकफास्ट 8टा बेले उठती मुँह धुअंतनी ब्रश करती चाहा जलखिया खाई क्लास पढ़ाती प्रथम जिनस आम ब्रेकफास्ट खाइबा हार्वर्ड मेडिकल स्कूल गोटे नर्स PhD कला से देखला जो मैंने सका उठी ब्रेकफास्ट खाती 50% IQ बेसी 50% PQ बेसी आउ लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी बेसी और रोग कम तेणु प्रथम सका उठिक ब्रेकफास्ट खाऊँ प्रथम जिनस कौन खाइबा सबु मात्रा रे कार्बोहाइड्रेट फैट प्रोटीन मिनरल सबु मात्रा रहिबो तेणु आम खाद्य ठीक नहीं आम कौन से एटी केते लोक अच्छा रेगुलर सूर्य उदय देखती आम सूर्य आम पिला सूर्य उदय देखती जदि आम खाना ठीक खाइबानी रेस्ट ठीक नबानी राति 2टा शोवा दिन 10टा उठा जंक फूड खाइबा आम सुस्थ हो पार्बानी तेणु आमर आईटी है अवेयरनेस 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 एंड अवेयरनेस आमर कोविड वैक्सीन आसला भरी कम समय भितर पूरा भारतवर्ष दिहला कहीं आईटी रोल कला इन रिसर्च इन डेवलपमेंट इन ट्रांसपोर्ट इन डाटा कलेक्शन एंड स्टैटिस्टिक एनालिसिस एंड रिजल्ट इनफॉरमेशन तेणु आईटी रोल मेडिकल साइंस सब बेसी लोक मैंने भावती आम सब मूर्ख किसी जानू आईटी किंतु आम जी आईटी काम करूँ से आम जो आईटी न करूँ ताल आप डेभलप हेनी आम जानी आम डायबिटीज आमर सब लिखे देती कि आईटी इज वेरी वेरी इंपोर्टेंट फॉर द हेल्थ सेक्टर फॉर डेवलपमेंट फॉर प्रोग्रेस फॉर मेंटेनेंस एंड फॉर द हैप्पीनेस ऑफ लाइफ तेणु स्वास्थ्य को सुंदर आनंदमय आ लंबा जीवन पर भल स्वास्थ्य आईटी आवश्यकता अच्छी सबु स्तर में तेणु हेल्थ इज वेल्थ आज जदि आम 80 वर्ष बंचा चाहूचे ताल आम जीवन शैलीटा को उत्तम करवा दरकार से शोवा खाइबा काम करवा आउ केते रेस्ट नवा रिक्रिएशन प्ले इंपोर्टेंट रोल आमर गंधर्व वेद जो लिखाला ऋग्वेद यजुर्वेद गंधर्व वेद से ज्ञान थिला यजुर्वेद पद्धति थिला गंधर्व वेद कहला खाली ज्ञान पद्धति हेनी ताप आमको आनंद दरकार तेणु गंधर्व वेद साम वेद हूँ आनंद तार म्यूजिक गाना ऑल टाइप रिक्रिएशन तेणु रिक्रिएशन इज ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ जदि आम जीवन गोटे समन्वय करवा खाना काम करवा शोवा आनंद करवा ताल आम सुस्थ हो पार धन्यवाद
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I mean, you have listened to his advices carefully. Please follow it because he is the person who has created two people from one body. That is Kaliya Baliya, the story. He has that reputation. So his advices must be taken very, very seriously. Now we have two medical startups who have done whatever to the medical field, how IT has helped. You will just see it. Please play. See, the doctors and engineers together, they have put and created this company and what they are doing. Just watch it.
Globally, digital health is filling the large gap of healthcare services. Being a public health practitioner, having experience in both developed and developing health systems, I understand the challenge of collecting patient data from multiple sources and generating meaningful information for future reference. Practitioners and providers of healthcare, whether it be hospitals or clinics, doctor's OPD, or a small pathology lab, home care services, telemedicine services, even ambulance services, they have one thing in common. They use multiple devices from different vendors and manufacturers running on different platforms, collecting patient data manually. Major health-related companies are trying to solve this problem of compiling and making sense of the haphazard raw data spread across a number of platforms.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Timresh Kumar Das and I'm a co-founder for Metal Healthcare. Metal works on empowering healthcare providers with technology. We are building an ecosystem of IoT medical devices, wearables, patches, and AI-enabled diagnostics to strengthen telehealth and remote patient monitoring. Metal iLab comes in a sturdy, waterproof, shockproof kit. It is easy to carry around almost anywhere. It consists of a set of connected medical devices along with the application that controls it. It has its own dedicated Android device to run the application and control all the medical devices. This is meant to be used by a trained person or paramedic to provide services to many beneficiaries. The various devices that are currently on iLab are body composition analyzer, thermometer, pulse oximeter, blood pressure monitor, digital stethoscope, electrocardiogram, otoscope, spirometer, glucometer, hemoglobinometer, HbA1c monitor, lipid profile meter, and various rapid tests as well as a fetal heart monitor.
Next one.
Making cancer therapy safer and better has been my goal from my PhD days after my father's cancer diagnosis. I started synthesizing anti-cancer drugs and I discovered Genie for solving the most crucial issue of intracellular delivery. We started with BIRAC's BIG grant in KIT TVI Bhubaneswar. Many thanks to Dr. Mrityunjay Swar for motivating me to apply for BIG grant and for all of his and his team's support throughout the grant and beyond. Further, we received BPCL's Ankur Startup Grant, which was very helpful. So far, we have raised a total of $2.4 million, a mix of dilutive and non-dilutive funds. To prove the proof of concept of Genie, we registered Cygenica and got acceptance into Revel Bio Accelerator program in Ireland. And it has been life-changing. From a shaky proof of concept to study in mice and targeted delivery of cancer drugs and genome editing molecules, we have come a long way.
Indeed, it has been a challenging journey, but I am very proud to say that we have established processes that helps us in day-to-day functioning in an organized way. And most importantly, we have built an amazingly diverse team who share our values and company's goals and objectives, which are
For me. The tremendous trust shown by our angels has been unmatched. I am so thankful to Professor Fraser Stoddard for accepting our request to be part of our Science Advisory Board. And my special gratitude is to Bill, who is our board chair and partner SOSV, for showing unfazed belief in Cygenica and standing by us through thick and thin. By our innovation, we aim to lead the way for cancer patients to reduce the pain of death.
You could be looking at chemotherapy being about the same level of side effects as aspirin.
With this, we will be able to increase the effectiveness of the drug, extended patent life cycle, and reducing the dose and side effects, increasing bioavailability of drugs, widening the therapeutic window.
We have the delivery molecule you've always been looking for.
Thank you. So now our next panelist is Professor Damodar Acharya, a very eminent personality what we have here today. And my question to him is for building Swabalamban Odisha by 2036, that is the centenary year of Odisha, will complete 100 years by that time. Every youth in the state need to carry this dream in his mind. As the mindset change katha hala, first we should carry the dream that will change Odisha. So how we reach out to this youth, and by leveraging the existing academic institutes and the policies, whatever is prevailing in the academic institute. Thank you, sir.
जय जगन्नाथ मोर एटा प्रथम ओडिया पर्व रे पार्टिसिपेशन तेणु आपण माने पार्टिकुलरली मिस्टर प्रधान मत ये डाकी जो मु बहुत खुशी जो प्रश्नटा ये उठी जे आम कौन करि पारिबा जाफल by 2036 okay thank you by 2036 आमे स्वावलंबी हेई पारिबु से विषय के टिके चिंता करिबा कौन आमे करि पारिबा प्रथम कथा आमे मन रखिबा दरकार that by beginning of 18th century the global trade ro 25% share thila India ro. And by the time independence came, global trade ro share dropped down to 1%. And even in last 70 years, we have not been able to make it actually more than 4%. that means actually something has really gone wrong with us. And the reason for actually our lagging behind is, first of all, our total education system was really killed. All initiative to do something was killed. We are only asked to supply raw materials to be manufactured in Britain and brought back to us. Instead of our becoming net producer and merchandising our produce to the rest of the world, and particularly to the eastern part of Asia, we really became dependent even for our food and basic needs. And all of us, at least you must not have seen young people, but we have seen what type of situation we faced. Unless wheat comes under PL 480, we will die. Unless we get milk powder, our children will not get milk. To this level, actually, we have been brought. Now, saying so, it doesn't mean that actually we cannot do it. We can really do it. May not be actually by 2036, but as early as possible, we can become self-dependent, self-reliant. First of all, we must have confidence in us that we can do it. That is actually the most important part. Second thing, what is important is that we must understand that what things that we have to do, what innovations actually we have to bring in, and how we can produce enterprises and become self-reliant, not actually job seeker. You asked today all students, I'm sure 99% of them will say that we want a job only. And all educational institutions, they think also that somehow we have to guarantee a 10,000 to 15,000 job or 30,000 job at the most, maybe in the air-conditioned room in IT sector, and our job is over. So this mindset has to first change. Second thing, if you have to, we all think that we can do innovation and we can produce something, we can create enterprise if we have actually billions of dollars or millions of dollars. That is not at all true. Money and our background absolutely has got no relationship with what we could really do. First of all, we must be in a position to find out that which particular, where is there is opportunity, and how to exploit that opportunity using whatever knowledge and technologies that we have to have a product which is wanted by the consumer and which you can really do so. Now, let me tell you here, because one question which was asked is that what we could do, what will be the role of the educational institutions in making it happen. Educational institutions have got major role to play at this stage. For example, I will take the example of, let us say, Germany. Germany, its total export, almost 90% of them actually come from small and medium sector industries. And many ideas and products actually are developed. They are more into the physical goods manufacturing, not like actually our IT job. So all these things really comes with the initiative of the university, of
This
the
is not
institutions.
available in cell phone. You can listen. Okay.
Pardon?
Please stop your cell phones.
Do I have to stop? No, sir. Their cell phones are ringing, sir. Okay. So what I would like to say, all these initiatives come from the educational institutions. Here, the students actually they are asked to work on problems of the industry. The faculty also they go to the industry. They also try to understand what exactly the problem is, what consumer things are looking for. And mind you, Germany is a small country. They are not actually blessed like us with a huge population, huge internal demand. And therefore we can really produce anything and sell it. But they have to sell it to the globe. So therefore the quality has to be very, very high. And that is what actually they have been able to do. I will take another example from the thing which I have seen from University of California. There, the students in their final year, as a part of their capstone project, they are given a real life problem of the industry that you solve this, and for which the industry supports. And they really come out with very innovative solutions. And their final thing, that is when the degree awarding ceremony comes, they put up the exhibition, and industries come and show to the students actually show to the industry, look here, this is what actually we have done, this is what we could do, and this is how it will be useful, and physically they show it. And believe me, 80% of their actually placements takes place on the spot. They don't actually have to run from one place to other to make it happen. So in Odisha context, it is very, very important that our system, particularly the people, we must train them well and make them skilled, make them confident of actually first identifying a problem, and that will come only when they are exposed to the reality what is happening. You cannot really think of something that we could, some solution for which actually the problem, there is market, that you could, by just sitting in the library or going through the internet, that part is not the real thing. Actual, you have to have the experience of coming out and challenge of coming out with the solution. Second thing, what is very, very important, our teachers also must be, say, tuned to go to the problem site, see what is happening and what type of problem they can solve. Thereby they will be in a better position to teach to the students, not just vomiting whatever is actually available in the textbook to do so. From my little experience, I could say that almost during my almost 30 years of actually tenure in IIT Kharagpur, I must have actually spent at least not less than actually thousands nights in company's guest house, because that only gave me the idea of how to solve the problem, and that also motivated, I involved all the students, that also motivated the students actually to work and come out with real solution and implement it. And mind you, some of them have also rose to the level of president of multinationals, like let us say ArcelorMittal. It is all possible to do it. Next part actually I would like to focus is, once we identify an area where the things could be done and the student really does it, and in our curriculum and syllabus, we have to also orient it that way, not through theory, but also to solve actually the problems, and encourage them as a part of credit, not just listening to how enterprises could be developed or how the, because a lot of enterprises in the entrepreneurship development programs are conducted, there are institutions, but nothing comes out of it, because they are not rooted to the reality and the real challenge of solving problem. If we have to really come out and be successful, we have to keep this thing in mind, and every We only identify what are their deficiencies, and that we look at this sort of opportunity and try to find out the solution for it. I think this could be the approach in our system to make us actually more self-reliant, confident, and in the process really go forward. Now, opportunities so far as the government and policy support, money, etc., all these things are concerned, there are infinite opportunities available. That is not the real issue. The issue is something else. Issue is how do we identify a problem, how do we really solve it, and whether we solve a relevant problem, and whether we can find out a solution which makes business sense and which can give us actually the opportunity to have small, medium scale
Sir, we'll
industries
get back to
and come
these
up.
questions
Thank you.
later. Thank you, sir. We'll ask more in the second round. We'll ask this more insights to this to Professor Acharya. Now we have how to reach out to all the youth in the state, all the schools and colleges in the state to participate in this journey of Atma Nirbhar Odisha. We'll have got a video clip, please, Emuni.
Talent and jobs are not the issue. The challenge is in connecting the ones who are seeking jobs to the ones who are offering them the right fit. Hello everyone, I'm Aisha. Today, I am thrilled to talk about a revolutionary career discovery platform, Muni Seagull, which we propose to implement across all colleges and universities in the entire state of Odisha. This centralized AI-powered internship and job portal is designed to enhance employment prospects for students attending remote colleges and universities across Odisha. The platform allows employers from around the world to remotely hire students for full-time positions, internships, contractual work, and more, eliminating barriers to career, job, and skill opportunities that arise from geographic location and socio-economic conditions. We propose the Seagull centralized AI-powered internship and job portal for Odisha, a cloud-based comprehensive career discovery platform. By uniting students, job seekers, industry professionals, skill providers, colleges, universities, and institutes on a single platform, we aim to alleviate job and talent discovery challenges, promoting empowered youth and a flourishing industry. Our cutting-edge job and career discovery platform has been crafted to cater to the needs of career aspirants, job seekers, educators, and the industry, employers in identifying suitable opportunities. With the implementation of Muni Seagull, Odisha is poised to become the first state in India to achieve end-to-end digitization of career opportunities. Some notable advantages include 1. Single platform for job and internship postings, online assessment with AI proctoring, and interview facilitation. 2. Enhancing job placement and employment rates in Odisha. 3. Eradicate the birth penalty and support industry growth. 4. Provide clear, actionable insights on skills gap, jobs opportunities to policymakers and universities. 6. Furthering skill development and employment generation strategies. Let's add wings to dreams of students studying in Odisha with Muni Seagull.
Thank you. Thank you for the clip. Now we got the dawn of startup. That is Professor Mrutyunjay Swar, who has revolutionized the startup ecosystem in Odisha. We'll listen to him. And my first question to him is, we'll go to the second round of questions also to them. Odisha is emerging as a startup hub. How can entrepreneurship development be converted as a mass movement where the majority of the youth population, be it schools, science, arts, students or technical institutes or R&D centers, can participate and monetize their ideas for a better living?
Thank you, sir, and thanks to Odisha Samaj for inviting me. So I'm Mrutyunjay Swar. Today I'll tell you, because I know 3 minutes, I'll stick to 2 minutes 59 seconds. So the whole idea is that entrepreneurship, startups, ecosystem, the buzzword today is not in India but across the globe. And I come from this ecosystem, and where we try to build a new culture, a new mindset, a new process. So I see today all the young children here, students here, have been looking at mobile phones and for something, right? I know I'm not going to details into about it, but people have used, like your age, have used mobile phone for developing new things out of Odisha. And they could really think differently than you. That's what the new culture you're talking about. And I come from that ecosystem. I'll tell you about, I'm a professor, but as an enterprising professor, I wish all of us will be enterprising. Enterprising means not earning money. Enterprising means thinking differently, which is sustainable, which is scalable in nature. So dear students and dear members here, I'm going to talk about an ecosystem called incubation ecosystem, which I come from, called KIT TBI, which is one of the largest in the country, and we have built out of Odisha and scaling to other parts of East and Northeast. So what it does, every day we find students like you, bigger students like you, the wise men, the old people, everybody comes to us. BTech pass out, the masters, PhDs, postdoc, they come with ideas. So what we do in the ecosystem, we try to work with those ideas, bring right kind of team members and refine the ideas and see that ideas become interesting, tangible things we call new product, new process or new sort of things. And that needs to be looked at different angle, because I know all of you come with different ideas, but ideas remain as ideas. You don't work on those ideas. So what we do in the ecosystem, bring in several people like professors sitting here, the learned people sitting here on the dais, bring the best out of the problem statements and try to work in a team manner and see how your ideas can look at in a different angle of sustainability, scalability, and commercially viability. So incubation centers are in universities, institutions, R&D organizations, even private places also. But we talk about an incubation center in Odisha, which is now nurtured more than 380 odd startup companies. You saw two of the ladies, the company Metal and Hygienic born out of it. You'll see somebody else. Look at now how I'll give an example of a school children who looks at problems of Odisha and try to solve it, which is commercial potential. And that's what incubation center does. Some of you also might think that way in your places, and that has some potential nationally and also can be globally relevant. Now, we always pass through Chilika Lake, and Chilika Lake has got a nalaban, which is called phragmites, the bamboo, sorry, I have to speak in Odia, bamboo like structure jo grow koruchi, Chilika shrink koruchi. Problem of everyone, fishermen, society, government, policymakers, everyone. Now, go to pila jauj, dekhuchi je it has more problems. So you always study in the textbook. କିନ୍ତୁ you don't think different level. So what ମୁଁ जो कहବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଛି जो सेंटर अच्छी से पिला सेंटर को आसिला कहला से एटा मो प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट ये जो नळबण अच्छी कांट वी यूज इट फॉर समथिंग एल्स एटा ग्रो करूची लोक काटुचंती ताको जळौचंती एनवायरनमेंट पोल्यूशन होची. नाउ द साइंटिस्ट फ्रॉम CPET comes in, IMMT CSR comes in, we come in into picture. आमे से पिला को हेल्प करू 8th स्टैंडर्ड रे. आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू वेरी अर्ली स्टेज टू बिल्ड corrugative board, papers, particle boards. Now they are making what you call tables out of it. Just imagine 50 जन the fishermen, 100 जन fishermen तो convert करिवे ये जो fragmites को with the innovative ideas. This is how you have to start beginning. So our role is to do that. And as sir said, how do you create the startup movement in Odisha? Already been created. Now many institutions have come, I think SOA is already every, and at Raurkela, IITs, all have got incubation centers. You have to work in a cohesive manner, see that we are building future companies out of Odisha. जो आपण देखिले Hygienic company गोटे अच्छी, एबे आपण देखिबे आ गोटे वीडियो चलिबो Nexus Power, दीटा young here, 23 years old, and they are building the next generation companies, organic batteries. So पिला माने जो माने अछंती, think differently, be enterprising in nature, be innovative. Odisha is doing good. You can do great things for Odisha and out of Odisha. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Right to his word, he completed before 3 minutes. Okay, so that is the value of the time. As an entrepreneur, time is money. Okay, now you won't have to go anywhere for looking for problems. Problem is all around you. Look around, but look around critically. You will find there is a problem which can solve. And that can be scaled up for everybody's good, and you make money out of that. Okay, so that is that simple. It based on what is how you look at your surrounding, how you look at the problems at you, how you think about how to solve it. Now we have got another women power. There are a lot of girls here, and you see that how two girls are what they have done. Please play.
we're building a sustainable EV future for the next generation. Our biodegradable, non-toxic fast-charge electric vehicle batteries are developed from crop residue. These batteries are made out of earth-abundant materials with higher energy density and better performance. Nexus is about promoting sustainability and green technologies across genres. The bioorganic batteries are built on the sustainability concepts of industrial ecology and biomimicry. The proprietary technology from Nexus allows the batteries to charge faster, last longer, and most importantly be eco-friendly. Nexus is using fully biodegradable materials that could be turned into manure after the life cycle of the batteries is complete. The proprietary battery technology from Nexus uses bioorganic nanomaterials with unique fast regenerative properties. The sustainability concepts form the development structures and essentially provide the biodegradable nature to both the electrodes and the electrolyte. The world is going to need a lot more energy and lower emissions in the years to come. We are trying to be a part of the solution with our patent-pending technology for a range of applications like mobile phones, electric vehicles, consumer electronics, and charging grids to fulfill power storage needs. Our proud partners include our investors, the Government of India, Startup Odisha, and KIITTBI. We'd like to thank the Odisha Samaj for organizing a thematic session on startups. This definitely gives us a lot more boost.
Thank you. Okay, the next we got amongst us a person, Mr. Sandeep Das, who has created companies and has been the first employee of some company which became big, that is Vodafone. Previously it was Hutchison which grow to Vodafone. So he will share his experience, and my question to him is, having led large corporates in telecom sector, how do you think the big business houses can get attracted to put their footprint in Odisha and thus can have positively provide a market connect to the startup system which is growing, which will be growing and which is growing already? Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Can you all hear me? I'm not hearing the guys at the back. Otherwise, I'll make everybody stand up. Okay. Good afternoon. Namaskar. Thank you very much for inviting me. When I was sitting on the chair here, Mudekali Seti Gopavandhu Utkarmani Dasanka photograph, I was born in his home many years ago, but I lived all my life outside of Odisha. And because I lived all my life outside of Odisha, I have a very outside-in view of Odisha. Now that I have got the mic in my hands, I have the advantage of disobeying the chairman and the moderator. I will speak to you about what I want to speak to you. So, the first thing is, congratulations to all of you for having written this excellent essay on the future of Odisha in 2036. In today's world, ideation can come from anywhere. We are age agnostic. Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook at the age of 17. He didn't even qualify. So therefore, age, qualification, nationality, nothing is important. What is important is the determination to do well. And we are in a country where there are so many problems, and every problem is an opportunity for business. Every problem is an opportunity for business. You live in wonderful times where technology can today provide you the escalator to growth. By using technology, you can do several things. You know, when you write a book or you write the script of a film, you write the first chapter first, the first scene. You don't know at the end of the story whether the boy and girl will meet and get married because you're writing. But in business and in objectives of states, we write the last chapter first. What do we want to be in 2036? And then we work our way back to say what we want to be. That's the wonderful part about business writing. You know, Odisha, I'll speak about Odisha a little later, just if I have the time, because I'm the last speaker of the day, so I wanted to wake you up. Look at states like Kerala, which redefined themselves as God's own country. There was Rajasthan. There were industrial states like Maharashtra, Gujarat, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu. They have all, Karnataka. Karnataka got 53% of all the investments in software in the country. Why is it that people go to them? How did Singapore and Israel become great nations? Singapore, nobody used to go in 1950s because in Singapore they used to have malaria. It was a small country, no minerals, no bauxite, no rivers, no Mahanadi, nothing. And yet, in the year 1960, Singapore's per capita income was $400. Today it is $50,000 because Singapore said, we will do everything and will become the best in the world. They have the best airport, the best port, the best systems, best everything. In Odisha also, we have to stop thinking about getting better than the next state. We must look at models like Israel, models like Japan, models like Singapore. We are an Odia nation. I'm not saying that we need to separate from India, but I'm saying we are an Odia nation. We have to think of us as a nation. Look at Israel. There's only desert over there. Tankar to sabu jagare bali jatra chalchi. They have not a patch of green. But with my own eyes, when I went to Jericho, I watched how they grew strawberries and oranges through drip irrigation. Singapore was about discipline, great governance, political stability, law and order. Now, these are all very important things for in getting investment into the country. So I'm not talking, I'm not disobeying the chairman. I'm actually telling you between the lines why these countries have been successful. Israel was very courageous, surrounded all around by Arab nations, ostracized as Jews. And yet, out of desert, out of nothing, they innovated and made things for survival. Odisha has everything. Today, Rathababu spoke about minerals, land, beaches, this, that, etc., everything. We have got another thing which is very important. We have got political stability, which is very important. We have a visionary leader, which is very important. Nations are built on the courage and the vision of single leaderships, and we have that. We have, fortunately, touch wood, no communal tension. We have everything. We have no excuse as youngsters to not make Odisha a great nation and to invite foreign investment and invite private investment. So the entire ecosystem has to work. You know, I was in Dubai. Dubai is again a small little place in the world. I worked there for 10 years with Toyota Motor Corporation. Why? The Sheikh of Dubai said, if Dubai has to be a successful industrial area, we cannot be dependent on oil all our life. It will dry up at some point. We must make it a trading station. So what he did to invite foreigners, he said, let us have, we are an Islamic nation, we have strict laws, let's make nightlife in Dubai. So that when people come, they don't have to sit and watch the sand and listen to prayers. So we have to think of the ecosystem. So it's not only about providing great ease of doing business, low bureaucratic intervention, quick clearances. Why can't Bhubaneswar become the finest airport? Why can't it be connected to every place? Every time an investor drives from Bhubaneswar airport right to a hotel, he must have an experience where he's thinking, my God, this is Singapore. You know, Dr. Bhabha, the great atomic scientist, used to say, one of the big advantages of being backward is that you can catch up at real time. We don't have to go. Dubai didn't go through motorcycles from camels. They went straight away to Mercedes-Benz. They didn't go through the scooter, auto rickshaw cars. We can also leapfrog and technology will help us. So the ecosystem is important. We need law and order, quick disposal, governance. We need facilities for people, incentives for people to come. But when people come here and live here as citizens, our education system, the way we control everything, our health infrastructure, everything has to develop by the same way. So I don't know whether it's a 5-minute one or a 7-minute one. Huh? I've got another round. Oh, wonderful. I feel sorry for the audience. So I think what's very, very important for us to understand, there is a saying that when there is a high tide, all the boats will rise. It doesn't depend on whether they are small or they are large. So when the entire ecosystem goes up, we will attract attention into this state. So it's very, very important for us to make sure that we as individuals consider ourselves also to be the ambassadors of the state of Odisha. You know, every time I go to Odisha and come back, I buy lots and lots of chena podo pitha and give it to all my northern Indian friends. Every time I have a party in my house, I only serve Odia cuisine. And I must tell you a story. When I was a small boy in Lucknow, my father retired as a Director General of Civil Aviation, and we used to make those trips from Lucknow to Cuttack by train. We used to change stations in Howrah, and I used to take the Puri passenger. The big advantage of the Puri passenger was that it was so slow you could get down, have a cup of tea, and catch the train again. So in those days, I remember when we were traveling, there was a boy sitting with us in our compartment who was from the north of India. And he told my father that he was an MA in geography. And then he said, "आप लोग कहाँ के हैं?" हमने कहा, "हम ओडिशा के हैं." अच्छा, ओडिशा किधर पड़ता है? MA in geography. I don't know whether he was a bad student or he was just unaware. But it hurt me as a child that nobody even knows where Odisha is. All the time I studied outside of Odisha, I heard words like backward, tribal, this, that. Tum log pokhada bhato kha ke so jate ho. You know, it hurt me all the time. But I'm happy to say today, I am a very, very proud Odia. How much we have achieved as a nation. You know, in the year 2000, we could not get an overdraft facility as a state beyond 200 crores. Today, our GDSP is working faster than many states in the country. Fantastic. Our president is an Odia, for heaven's sake. Today, you heard of terrific people all around the place who are heading organizations. At 35, I became the managing director and CEO of this company called Hutchison Telecom, which later on became Vodafone. I was the first person in India to sell a mobile phone. And everybody thought I was a Bengali because Odias can't do this. It hurt me. So today I want to appeal to all of you individuals, to your own sense, and like Professor Damodar Acharya said, who was my reverend senior from REC Rourkela, he said, self-belief is very important. Do you think at 17, if a boy had come and asked for money to do a startup, anybody in India would have given him the money? Do you even remember something called Orkut? It's history, because Facebook took over. So you guys must understand that nobody, we Odias are God-fearing, sabu kathare ame Jai Jagannath ko, Bhagavan Prabhu amar dekha karibe sabu, because we leave everything, khai pikri, namaskar. That has to change. We have to leave behind some of the things that have brought us back as a nation. We have to build our ports, we have to build our roads, why can't Bhubaneswar become the iconic railway station of this country? Why? Because we always believe that we have to catch up with others, but we can leapfrog. So please, as individuals, let me tell you, self-belief, good health, as like Professor Mahapatra said, and he'll be very happy to know that at my age of 65, I have everything that he asked. I have diabetes, I have hypertension, and I'm overweight. So, but God is great. So wish you all the best. I'm hoping that next time I stand and speak, if I live long enough, in one of the audiences, somebody will come up to me and say, "Sir, apan sedino speech detle. Today I am a unicorn." Thank you.
Thank you, Sandeep. Now you know why he was picked up by Ambani's to head RGO, Reliance Jio. He was the CEO of Reliance Jio. Okay, not me. They didn't pick up my course mate, but they didn't pick up me. He picked up them. Okay, now we got an IG drones. One, you will see that how two youngsters in an engineering college from Burla could do something which is now nationwide and can attract the big industries. Play, please.
story of two youngsters born and raised in rural Odisha. Bodhi and Om joined Burla in the same batch and also in the same branch. The charismatic place molded them into innovators and they graduated as fiery entrepreneurs. After getting into Burla, the duo realized engineering is not just about labs, viva, and assignments, but more about making, tinkering, and innovating. Together, they explored and inspected the robotics club, automobile, and all the other university clubs present. Eventually, with dedication and leadership, Bodhi rose to the position of Secretary of the Innovation Cell and Om emerged as the Secretary of the Entrepreneurship Cell. With blessings from the Alumni Association and faculties, and with a wonderful team of friends and juniors, these two clubs attained new heights and a lot many laurels under their admirable leadership and direction. Their love for Burla is unanimous to do something massive and offer their earnest tribute to the university. The duet with their seniors and fellow juniors toward the team VSLV Vasud Satellite and Rocketeer team. With support and patronage from the Alumni Association team, BSLV became one of the most successful student-driven initiatives nationwide and brought immense recognition from national and international agencies. Year passed on and the two innovative minds couldn't case themselves to 9-to-5 jobs and placements. With years of experience and expertise in innovation and entrepreneurship, they started IG Drones while in college and grabbed the first two orders from Aditya Birla and Reliance even before graduating. The journey of IG Drones started from an idea lab in Burla and currently, the company is headquartered in New Delhi with 7 regional offices across India. IG Drones is currently working in 10 different engineering verticals to cater drone-based AI or ML-powered solutions to industries for better decision-making. Within 3 years, the team size increased from 2 members to 65 members. From 2 projects in 2018 to 250 plus projects in 2022 with a prestigious client base, which includes the Government of India, 5 different state governments, leading PSU, Adani, Aditya Birla, JSW, Reliance, etc. Being the leader in the drone industry, the team soon realized the gap between the industry and academia. This led to the rise of IG Drones Center of Excellence initiated with a vision of upskilling 1 million youths of India. IG Drones is setting up a 100-plus Center of Excellence across India to fulfill this ambitious dream.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll come to the second round because we got shortage of time. I'll request my panelists, though initial allocation was 3 minutes, 2 minutes each. Okay. So I start with Dr. Ashok Mahapatra. Suggest some action points that should be taken up on priority for the private sector for sustainable health provisioning.
Thank you very much. First thing, you have to educate. There is no good health without education, because if you are educated, then you understand about your health. Unfortunately, it's not always true that all educated are healthy. But all educated people pretend to be healthy because they know everything and do everything of a good life. So first thing is that education. Then second thing is that how you change your planning to success your life. That is skill and innovation, so that you know that in health science require skill and innovation. If you do not use the skill and innovation, that is how a vaccine which take about 10 to 12 years came within 10 months. We all observe COVID, which was supposed to be after 1 year, came to market within 6 months. So our aim of success is knowledge, innovation, and also rapidity in which you work. If you just take years and years, nobody today has patience to have that much. So I would think for success of healthcare, you have a knowledge. Without education, health cannot improve. Then you have mind to have a good lifestyle. Third thing, you have to understand what is your purpose of life. Healthy, happy, or money. I always say, thile thau pache tonka aparo, swasthya nathile sob bekar. If you have no money, but you have dialysis and you have to go to hospital 3 times a week for dialysis, all the money has no meaning. So you have to choose between the money, health, and life. Money is required for everything, but money cannot be master of human being. Man must be master of the money, so that whatever money you get, you should be utilized for your happy, healthy, long, prosperous life. If you don't do that, it is useless.
Thank you, sir. Hello. Acha, that is because of little shortage of time. We will invite questions from the audience, and if you got spare time, then we'll be coming back to the panelists. Any questions from the audience, please? Anything so far which has been covered? Any questions? Yeah, please.
ମୋ ନାଁ ଶିଶିର ମୁଁ ସ୍ୱାବଲମ୍ବୀ ଫାଉଣ୍ଡେସନ୍ ବୋଲି ଗୋଟେ ଫାଉଣ୍ଡେସନ୍ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କରିଛି ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟଅପ୍ଟେ ଓଡ଼ିଶାର 314ଟା ବ୍ଲକରୁ 267ଟା ବ୍ଲକରେ ମୁଁ ବୁଲିଛି ମୋ ମତରେ ଓଡ଼ିଶାରେ ଅନଏମ୍ପ୍ଲୟମେଣ୍ଟ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ରୁରାଲରେ ଅଛି ଗାଁରେ ଅଛି ବିଶେଷ କରି 10th ପାସ୍ ଆଉଟ୍ ଡ୍ରପ୍ ଆଉଟ୍ ଏମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ କିଛି ଆମ ପ୍ୟାନେଲିଷ୍ଟ ଏମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ଆମର କିଛି ଠୋସ୍ ଯୋଜନା ଅଛି କି वी आर टॉकिंग ऑफ बिग स्टार्टअप डू यू हैव विशेष कर क्वेश्चन टू मृत्युंजय सुआ do you have any strategic plan for the rural youth to be self-employed?
Thank you for the question.
Thank you, sir. I quickly go through it. So probably you know there are different funding schemes available by the government of India. If you want to bring it, we'll discuss later on, but I'll give you 3 examples. There are a lot of rural manufacturing clusters coming up. In every block will have every place will have a cluster which will have 500 people joining together, coming from women's side, youth side. So you can also work on that, and the MSME has a program called Spurti clusters for the government of India. So there we did in now 7 in Odisha. You'll be very happy that 3,000 people are deployed there, employed there, and they're manufacturing rural level and packaging there, connecting with somebody in Pune, in Bangalore, things are happening. So this is one aspect of entrepreneurship in a rural sector. So there are many other programs coming up. I think we'll discuss on those because there's a shortage of time, but there's a good questions you have asked. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
See, in Kerala, they started district level, village level people. The man who takes a uneducated people to hospital is purely voluntary. He gets 30 rupees from the government. If you come to hospital in Bhubaneswar, you come at 4 o'clock, stand in the queue, make a card, and you spend whole day. So there are people, those who take patient from the village level to district level and make 20-30 rupees from a patient, and if you take 20 or 30 patients a day, you make 1,000 rupees. So the small thing Kerala has given us, a unemployed youth can take 10 unhealthy people to a district headquarters and ask for 20-30 rupees. He gets about money.
Thank you, sir. Achha, I want some questions from the youngsters. Youngsters, please. Youngsters. Yeah, the girl. Yeah.
नमस्कार सर मु अन्वेषा महापात्र केंद्रीय विद्यालय कंधमाल मु नवम श्रेणी पढ़े सर आमे मान जानी ओडिशा रे बहुत कृषक माने रहउछंती किंतु सेमानक पाखरे बहुत कम जमी थाए सेते बेले आमे देखो कि बहुत सारा अमीर लोक माने बड़ बड़ जगह किनी कि बिछे की रखंती तेणु हमर जो उत्पादन होची बहुत कम हे जाउची तो एही समस्या समाधान पई कोन करा जीवो
ओके मो प्रथम गोटे एग्रीटेक रो दियाइतला आपण देखिथिबे सेटा एग्रीटेकर गोटे स्टार्टअप जो कि सबुतक नॉलेज नहीं कि प्रति कृषक तार जिते छोटिया जमीटे हो बरम से जमी से जी उत्पादन करुचे तार 3-4 गुण भी कर जदि ताको वर्षा केबे हम ता कहुपर सॉइल केमिति अच्छी कहुपर या सो ऑल दिस इनफॉरमेशन साइंटिफिकली देले भी से कर नाउ ओके
You know, we live in a world today of aggregation. aggregators are more successful than individual whatever is there. So there has to be a solution to find aggregation of small and marginal farmer plots, so that somebody can, it can even be a startup idea where you put together the whole thing. The second thing I want to say is also in relation to what was asked earlier, that we must understand, both for bringing investment into Odisha and also for making bridging the digital divide between the rural population and the urban population, what is very, very critical is technology. Wireless has made it possible for us to reach these people. The moment we push for 5G technology in Odisha and we can leapfrog, we will provide connectivity to the rural places, health, education, everything will provide employment, because they will be in touch with the urban centers. It's a very, very important point, and a number of youngsters can work on applications on top of those platforms as startup ideas.
Okay, thank you. Next
Dhanyavad.
question. Yeah, this girl. Okay. Center. Yeah. Give her the mic.
Hello. Namaskar. ମୋ ନାଁ ରାଜେଶ
ତମେ ପରେ କହିବ ହଁ ସେ କଲ
ସୋ ମୋର ଦୁଇଟା କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ସର୍ଟ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ହିଁ ରହିବ ମୁଁ ବେଶୀ ଟାଇମ୍ ନେବିନି ସୋ ଆମର ଓମେନ୍ ସ୍ପେଶାଲି ଇନ୍ ରୁରାଲ୍ ବ୍ୟାକ୍ଗ୍ରାଉଣ୍ଡ ଅଫ୍ ଓଡ଼ିଶା ସେମାନଙ୍କର ଡ୍ରପ୍ ଆଉଟ୍ ଆଜି ମଧ୍ୟ ବହୁତ ଅଛି ନା ସେମାନେ ଟେକ୍ନୋଲୋଜି ସହିତ ଜଡ଼ିତ ଅଛନ୍ତି ନା ସେମାନେ ଏଣ୍ଟରପ୍ରେନରସିପ୍ କୌଣସି ଲେଭେଲରେ ନାହାନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ଆମମାନଙ୍କର ମାଇଣ୍ଡସେଟ୍ ବି ଏମିତି ହେଇଯାଇଛି ଯେ ଆମମାନେ ମାନେ ସ୍ୱିଗି ହଉ କିମ୍ବା ଜୋମାଟୋ ହଉ ସେମାନେ ରୁରାଲ୍ ଏରିଆ ଲାଇକ୍ ମାଲକାନଗିରି କୋରାପୁଟ ରାୟଗଡ଼ାରେ ଡ୍ରାଇଭ୍ ଚଲାଉଛନ୍ତି 10,000 ପାଇଁ ସେମାନେ ବାଙ୍ଗାଲୋର ଆଣ୍ଡ ଅଦର ସିଟିଜ୍ ଯାଇକି କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଆମର ସେ ଯେଉଁ ମାଇଣ୍ଡସେଟ୍ଟାକୁ କେମିତି କଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଲ୍ କରିହେବ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଆମେ କେମିତି ସ୍ୱାବଲମ୍ବୀ ଉପରେ ଆମ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ବଢ଼ିପାରିବା ସେ ଉପରେ ମୋର କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଫାଇନାଲି ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ ସୋ ମଚ୍ ସିଦ୍ଧାର୍ଥ ପ୍ରଧାନ ସାର୍ ବିକଜ୍ ସେ ଏଇ ସ୍ୱପ୍ନ ଦେଖେଇଲେ ସ୍ୱପ୍ନ ଦେଖିଛନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ତାଙ୍କେ ସ୍ୱାକାର କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ଆମମାନଙ୍କୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ଏ ସ୍ୱପ୍ନ ଦେଖେଇଛନ୍ତି ଯେମିତି ଓଡ଼ିଆ ସମାଜ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଆମମାନେ କେମିତି ଆଗକୁ ବଢ଼ିପାରିବୁ ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଆମେ ମଧ୍ୟ କାମ କରିବୁ ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ ସିଦ୍ଧାର୍ଥ ପ୍ରଧାନ ସାର୍
Thank you. There's no. Yeah, you asked the question. Yeah.
Sir, my name is Someshri Sahu, and my question is, why isn't there any startup culture for the college students in Odisha, such as Utkal University and all that? Sir mentioned that there are incubation centers in NIT Rourkela and all, but those are premium institutes. But what about the other universities in Odisha?
I think new education policy 2020 say that everywhere there should be importance given to the innovation and skill and development. If we do not implement it, very few countries have taken up 2020 new education policy. Only 5 or 6 states up to 2023. But the new education policy is not followed. The new education policy of Government of India is giving a lot of stress to go to the innovation, idea, skill development, and also general concept of doing good for the public. If your education is only for motivation for you and not working for public, it's not good.
अच्छा आपण सर कौन तो नहीं दामोदर सर.
Okay, I think I will address a couple of questions which have been raised here. First of all, one very important question that was raised is that why people from rural areas, they are going for 10,000 or 5,000 job to Bangalore, they are not really doing anything here. The main thing is, if you think of actually the rural areas, the major source of actually income still remains for the whole country, that is something like 70%, and that is agriculture. In the agriculture, you may produce more, but the risk is very high because you do not know where to sell it, how to utilize it. So what is very, very important is that not only that you should produce more, but you must have actually the facilities to process them and really make good use of it. There, when it comes to say small farmers, somebody actually raised, some small farmers actually they can form, cooperative, and they can really bring the whole thing to an industrial scale and produce certain items which could be really marketed. The typical example is what you find is the Amul model. That is all possible.
Okay.
And thereby, all the producers that you have in Keunzhar, some of you belong to that place, tomato sells as 50 paisa per kilo because you do not have the processing capability. Cold storage capability is not there. Can we not really take actually creating cold storage facility and providing cold storage as a sort of entrepreneurship activity? Big scope. There is actually possibility of doing that, and even some people have done it. So for example, what you find in Milky Moo, how they have been able to really aggregate this thing and produce milk and distribute in Odisha, that itself is a big thing. This is actually one part. The second part, actually, one girl here told that this entrepreneurship seems to be the job of IITs, NITs, or KIT or some other universities. No, it is actually job of everybody. And it is not necessary that you have to have always a very, very high technical knowledge to do it. You have to have the mentality of actually identifying the correct problem, and solution would be available from your side or from your institutions and from your faculty, and you can really do it. It is not exactly the job of say NITs or IITs, and those fellows will say that we will go and work in multinationals. They can do it many things here also.
So I think you got your answer. You create the mindset, things will follow to you. Okay, that's the mantra on which we should work. Okay, the last, we got only one more question we'll take from the girl. Sir, we have time? Yeah, students. And elders can consult, the experts will be there for over lunch, you can consult with them. Okay, students, please. Yeah.
Hi everyone, hello esteemed speakers, thank you for having me here. I am Shonal Rath and I am currently working in a startup. I started my first job after my college in a startup, and being from Odisha, I have this question, and I always hear this, that India and Odisha in general are known as the IT hub, and even...
Make it short, short and crisp.
Yeah. And how do we bring in a sort of product innovation, thought leadership in our state, where we can explore products like blockchain, technology, all these that can actually cater to the service and the product part, and then we can utilize it to different jobs. Yeah.
Take it.
Good. I thought this is the question I was looking at. So let me tell you, very interesting one. I come from a center, I told you KTBI, 386 companies. Out of that, 320 odd companies are manufacturing. They're building products. What you saw today, 4 of the companies all belongs to KTBI, building new generation products, next generation products, and they're very multi-crore turnover companies. Now, just asking you, telling you things, somebody said, why not in other university institution? Look at KTBI, 10% comes from KIT, other comes from NIT or from College Silicon or the Berhampur, good institution, I forgot, NIST, Berhampur, there are many come from those institutions. So let me tell you, centers are not meant for the university. This is all because I have got startup from Kashmir to Coimbatore. Last two years, you might have seen Shark Tank. Mr. Hayata, some lady got all Shark putting money. That lady from our as an innovation fellow. What I'm trying to tell you, there is nothing called geography or institutional, because these are very expensive propositions. Every institution cannot have incubation center. However, you can have innovation. Nobody has stopped you to go to any incubation center in the state or country. So we should not talk about all should have incubation center. The other thing, manufacturing hub-wise, government is coming a lot of schemes, manufacturing, special things. If you are any interested, talk to institutions around Odisha. They'll be happy to help you. And we have very large prototyping facility, in fact, plug-and-play facilities, promoting a lot of molecular diagnostics, additive manufacturing, startups are coming all into manufacturing. So, madam, things are changing, things have changed. Now, let us work to get in a strategic way, make bigger things out of Odisha. That's what I'm interested in. Thank you.
He's the guy you can, be in touch telephonically or with the email. You got technology that provide that access. Okay, next question. Let a boy also ask questions. Next will be yours. Yeah. Ask.
समस्त नमस्कार
Short pointed question. Yeah.
ନାଇଁ ସର୍ଟ ପଏଣ୍ଟ କିନ୍ତୁ ଯେହେତୁ ଆମ ଓଡ଼ିଶା ସମାଜ ଏଠି ଅଛି ଆଜି ମୋତେ କହିବାକୁ କିଛି ମିଳିଛି ଆଉ ଆମ ଓଡ଼ିଶାର ଉନ୍ନତି ପାଇଁ କିଛି କହିବାକୁ ଯଦି ମିଳିଛି ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଟିକେ ସମୟ ନେଲେ ବି କାହାର କିଛି ଏଠି କ୍ଷତି ହେଇଯିବନି କ୍ଷମା କରିବେ ଏଭଳିଆ କଥା ପାଇଁ କିନ୍ତୁ ପ୍ରଥମଥର ପାଇଁ ଶିକ୍ଷା ସ୍ୱାସ୍ଥ୍ୟ ଏବଂ କୃଷି ଉପରେ ଏଭଳି ଗୋଟେ ଉନ୍ନତିମୂଳକ ପଦକ୍ଷେପ ନିଆଯାଇଛି ସେଥିପାଇଁ ମୁଁ ବହୁତ ଗର୍ବିତ ଏବଂ ଏସବୁ ଉପରେ ମୁଁ ବହୁତ ନିହାତି 2 ବର୍ଷ ହେବ ଏସବୁ ଭିତରେ ମୁଁ ଅଧ୍ୟୟନ କରିଚାଲିଛି ତା ଉପରେ ଯେ କେମିତି ଶିକ୍ଷା ସ୍ୱାସ୍ଥ୍ୟ କୃଷି ଉପରେ ଉନ୍ନତି ଅଣାଯାଇପାରିବ ମୁଁ ତାର ପ୍ରତିଟି ପଏଣ୍ଟକୁ ଲକ୍ଷ୍ୟ କରି ହୁଏତ ସବୁ ଉପରେ ବ୍ରିଫ୍ ଇଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଡକ୍ସନ୍ ଆଣିପାରିବିନି କ'ଣ ନା ହ୍ୟୁମାନ୍ ବ୍ରେନ୍ ଗୋଟେ ଏତେ ବି ନଲେଜ୍ ଆକ୍ୱାର କରିପାରିବନି ପ୍ରତି ପଏଣ୍ଟ ଉପରେ ମୁଁ ବହୁତ ବିଟ୍ ବାଇ ବିଟ୍ ଅଧ୍ୟୟନ କରିଛି ମୁଁ ଚାହୁଁଛି ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟର ମୋତେ ସହାୟତା ମିଳୁ ଗ୍ୟାରେଣ୍ଟି 5 ବର୍ଷ ଭିତରେ ଓଡ଼ିଶାକୁ ନମ୍ବର 1 ଷ୍ଟେଜ୍କୁ ନେବାକୁ ମୁଁ ନିହାତି ସାହାଯ୍ୟ କରିବି ଏବଂ ଗ୍ୟାରେଣ୍ଟି ମୁଁ ସେ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟକୁ ବି ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଆଗରେ ଠିଆ କରିପାରିବି ଏତିକି ମୋର ସାହାଯ୍ୟ ଦରକାର
Thank you. Great. This is the spirit you should go back from here. Yeah. Oh, that girl from the corner there. Just.
Well, good afternoon, sir. I am Odisha Swabalamban. Sir, ଯେମିତି ଆମେ ଜାଣିଛେ କି ଆମ ଓଡ଼ିଶାରେ गवर्नमेंट बहुत टाइप्र स्कीम्स लॉन्च करुच्ची देन पीपल को बहुत हेल्प करुच्ची एजुकेटेड हेबापाई स्पेशली आम ओडिशा गवर्नमेंट एलिमेंटरी एजुकेशन उपर बहुत प्रायोरिटी दौची तो से बहुत स्कीम भी लॉन्च कर सारे देन ता सहित गवर्नमेंट अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट को भी दूर करने की भी बहुत स्कीम लॉन्च करुच्ची बट माय क्वेश्चन इज दैट कि जदि गवर्नमेंट आमको एते हेल्प करुच्ची आमको एते बहुत ही फैसिलिटीज आमको प्रोवाइड करुच्ची देन why Odisha is not a developed country then why not a developed state then why there is when there is many poor people in Odisha my question is that कि Odisha रे एबे भी कौन पाई एते poor अच्छी आमे जदि इंडिया रे देखिबा then इंडिया रे Odisha गोटे poor state कही हबो ताकू
I think this is a very politically loaded question. We'll have answers to that. If you can briefly just.
Actually, it's a very important question. How do you know that Odisha is not developed? The large number of people come to Bhubaneswar for reading. The Bhubaneswar AIMS is 15 in the country out of 900 medical colleges. Our university is 16 in the world. Their university is very high. Hundreds of thousands of students are coming to Odisha for education. Odisha is a hub for the tourism. But the question is that it can be further improved. Your question is that can it be further improved by dedication, services and putting input? Because unless you put invest, you will not get return. So question is like that for example health. If you go to 50 years back, health budget was 0.5%. Today 7% is a health budget. But Israel spent 50% for health budget. So if you have to go that much of money for the health will top once. So we are improving. Today you look at out of 3 lakh crore budget of Odisha, about 18,000 crores are for the health. It's a huge amount of money, 7%. Have you had 50 years by 7% health budget? 0.5%. So health is very good today in Odisha. We don't send anybody to AIMS Delhi. They are all treated at Bhubaneswar.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, जो कहले कि health रो भी बेसी प्रायोरिटी.
No, I think you have asked your question. We'll discuss offline. Somebody else? Yeah. This gentleman in the middle.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay.
सर ये 6 मास तब मु निजर गोटे स्टार्टअप नहीं आम टीम वेबसाइट और एप्लिकेशंस डेवलप करूँ ओडिशा रू ही तो सर एबे जिते सर मत अधिक फंड्स दरकार मु फंड्स राइज जो बैंक को जाऊँ कि गवर्नमेंट ना चाहूँगी से विभिन्न ग्राउंड उपर आमको मना करें आमर भी से नॉलेज ना कि से जो ग्राउंड को फुलफिलमेंट करूँ केमी आशार प्रोब्लेम होमती कि जो गवर्नमेंट जो स्कीम आणुची केमी ग्राउंड लेवल पहुँची जापर से होपारनी आ जब गोटे रूराल कि गोटे स्टार्टअप नौ से गवर्नमेंट फंड्स नहीं पारुनी तो आम चाहूँ ओडिया समाज तरफ एमती कि गोटे गोटे कोर्स तैयारी करा जो गोटे लोक स्टार्टअप
स्टार्टअप नेला पूर्व कौन डॉक्यूमेंटेशन दरकार आ फंड राइजिंग पर्यंत कौन कौन स्टेप्स अच्छे आ बैंक को ग्राउंड ऊपर आमको डिनाई करुच्ची तार आमको पूरा लिस्ट दरकार तो आम गोटे फुट पाथ मिल जाव जहाँ फल
Okay. Got your question. I think Odisha Samaj is working on that. We'll be teaching you how to make a good business plan. Okay, I think you take the current help from Professor Mutranjan Swar. They will guide you. That is why these incubators are required to help you. And Odisha Samaj will also work on that. Your suggestion is valid. Yeah. Okay. So I think the question answer is over. Sorry, we got. Okay, this.
Hello.
Last two, no more. Okay, then little girl, yeah.
सर जमती आपण ये समस्या कहले जे माने आमे फार्मर्स माने नॉलेज रोनी वेदर बाकी सब से प्रॉब्लम फेस होची तो सेटा पे बहुत इनिशिएटिव अच्छी माने जमती कि प्रधानमंत्री से योजना कहले आपण से माने से माने अपलोड करि परिबे निजर जहाँ भी जमीर कंडीशन से बट मते कोड ना कोडी लागु जे टेक्नोलॉजी बा से ऐप एगुड़ा यूज करबे गोटे नॉलेज दरकार माने एजुकेटेड लोक गोटे यूज कर पारे इवन सेटा जदि हमर लोकल लैंग्वेज भी रहउची जदि ओडिया रे कि देन भी मते लागुची कि माने सेटा गोटे जेहेतु फार्मर्स कर बहुत गोटे पर्सन मेजर पर्सन अनएजुकेटेड अछंदी तो
क्वेश्चन कौन
सर ए जो टेक्नोलॉजी सेटा भी यूज करे से माने तो मेनली से माने पे से माने एजुकेटेड हबा दरकार तो ए प्रॉब्लम लोग केमते एड्रेस
not required.
See, I'll give you one example only. So we have a company, startup company, Upsoil. सी कौन करुच्ची फार्मर्स मान को एनेबल करुच्ची जे तांको सॉइल को टेस्टिंग करेंगे कंडीशनिंग करेंगे सी जो टेक्नोलोजी नहीं कि जाऊँ से गाँव रोड लोक को बाछिले गोटे सॉइल हेल्थ कियोस्क बनइले ए डिवाइसटा देले जो फार्मर आसूँ जानी सी ओडिया लैंग्वेज पढ़ो कि एनी लैंग्वेज जो से टेस्ट करुच्ची ऑन द स्पॉट सी गोटे प्रेस्क्रिप्शन पाँच ओडिया लैंग्वेज दिस इज व्हाट द नॉलेज शेयरिंग राइट सो ताको आम कहूँ यू यूज इट इट इज डन बाय ए प्लेटफॉर्म एंड सी निजर लैंग्वेज रे प्रेस्क्रिप्शन पाउचे नेक्स्ट से कौन कर सो टेक्नोलॉजी कैन ब्रिंग लॉट ऑफ चेंजेस टेक्नोलॉजी इज एक्सपेंसिव पीपल कॉल आई ऑलवेज से इफ यू वर्क ऑन इट प्लानिंग विथ a strong plan it will be very very affordable thank you
every block level there is a officer who coordinates soil testing you go to block level today there is district education officer village level helper they can test your soil and then what is good for what crop they can do it.
I think, yeah, your last, ask the question, not suggestions. Okay.
जय जगन्नाथ जय माँ सरला आम आगामी ओडिशा आउ 13 वर्ष पर 100 वर्ष पूर्व जो ओडिया समाजर ये प्रयास ए कार्यक्रम मु प्रश्न पचारि आ उत्तर चाहे अनुरोध रखी जे उत्तरटा ठीक आमको मिलवा दरकार जेहेतु ओडिशा को 100 वर्ष पूर्व एवं आमे भी युवकरू आउ टिके आगू गतिशील करूँ ओडिशा रे बहुत गुड़े जिनस संपद अच्छी जमीती कि आम जगतसिंहपुर देखा गले मान पिन ठूँ आरंभ कर कोटिंग बिजनेस सब प्रकार व्यवस्था अच्छी खनिज संपद भरपूर अच्छी जगतसिंहपुर जिला जेहेतु मुझे बिलंगस करुच्ची जड़े युवक एवं मो ओडिशा क्वेश्चन सर कहूँ सर क्वेश्चन कहूँ सर मो ओडिशा 100 वर्ष पूर्व एवं मु जगतसिंहपुर बासिंदा मो पाठ बहुत कष्ट पढ़ी आज्ञा आहरी पढ़ा चाहूँगी मो पारे पैसा ना क्या पाठ पढ़ाई हेवी पैकेजर आवश्यकता अच्छी एवं मो जगतसिंहपुर इंडस्ट्री अच्छी पारादीप पोर्ट गोटाए दिन चाहिए पारादीप पोर्टर सीएसआर पैसा मो जिला हेडक्वार्टर सुना हो पारना मु चाहूँगी बर्तमान मो सहित जो भाई भौणी मैंने मो सहित आसी पारा जगतसिंहपुर जिला केवल नुहे ओडिशा रे पोर्टिंग बिजनेस बहुत गुड़े व्यवस्था अच्छी जोठी ओडिशार पिला काम पाऊना से जगह बाहर प्रदेश पिला काम पाऊँ नहीं नहीं कहूँ सर आम पोर्टिंग बिजनेस रे केमिति आमे करि परिबु सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड हे परिबु बिजनेसमैन हे परिबु ता पई बहु प्रकार स्कोप अछि
we will discuss offline this question we'll discuss we require lot of time to answer we'll discuss okay now we finish this agenda now we got should we wrap it up we got a rapporteur okay I think it is summed up we got about time now I'll request president of Odisha Samaj to felicitate the people on the dais.
Thank you. You want to give the
prize.
vote of thanks. After this, we will have the prize distribution for the students. After the vote of thanks, we will have the prize distribution for the students for essay competition. Okay.
So, my name is Hiranya Mohanty. Jai Jagannath. A very, very happy Sunday afternoon to all of you, my friends, and especially my young friends, young boys and girls who have come from Odisha. तांको मो स्वागत करुच्ची एवं धन्यवाद भी दूची कि आपण माने एथरे पार्टिसिपेट कले. एक्चुअली सर जो आम एटा इनिशिएटिवटा नहीं थिलु से इनिशिएटिवटारे गोटे आमर माइंड रे थिला गोटे आई फैक्टर. व्हाट इज दैट आई फैक्टर कि जो पिला माने आसुचंती या जो माने एथरे पार्टिसिपेट करिवे आई मी माई सेल्फ को दूर रखिवा आउ गोटे आई को आनिबा. द टू आईज इंस्पिरेशन एंड इग्निशन. सो मत लगुच कि जो हम डिस्कशनटा कले एवं डिस्कोर्सटा हैला जो प्रकार एक्टिव पार्टिसिपेशन मते देखा जाउची डेफिनेटली दिस डिस्कोर्स हैज इंस्पायर्ड आवर यंग माइंड एंड ऑल्सो परहैप्स igniting their mind to think how to move, how to make Odisha Atmanirbhar एवं स्वावलंबन. Correct? So, our जो discussion ta hela, it's fantastic discussion, discourse, a big round of applause to all our panelists, and of course inauguration session, Professor Giri also spoke, Ranjan Mahapatra also spoke, and Ranjit Rath also spoke. Quite inspiring, right? So it is a blend of experienced mentors as well as we saw some of the slides and some presentations which are young entrepreneurs. So both the exposures were there. So exposure from the experienced and the exposure from the new startup and young entrepreneurs. So I sincerely thank you all our panelists for bringing in the desired inspiration and ignition to the mind of the young people. मु जदि को सिंथेसाइज करे ये सिंथेसाइज में एमती करी सबुड़ाक डिस्कशन सुनली सर. आई वाज वेरी अटेंटिव एंड हियरिंग द डिस्कशंस. रथ सर सकाळ कहले रंजीत रथ अबाउट द जियोग्राफिकल पोजिशनिंग व्हिच इज वेरी वेरी इंपोर्टेंट. एंड जियोग्राफिकल जो पोजिशनिंग टा प्रोफेसर गिरी ऑल्सो शोड सम ऑफ द स्लाइड्स नेचर विषय जोड़ा कहले. जियोग्राफी ठारू फिर माइंडसेट कथा आमर रंजन महापात्र सर कहले पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट एंड जोड़ा अपन सिपेट एवं चिलिका विषय कहले इट्स ऑल माइंडसेट हाउ यू लुक एट ए प्रॉब्लम राइट. एंड परहैप्स माइंडसेट सर आपन भी कहले अबाउट मुझे भावुचे कि फिटनेस जो जिनसटा स्लीप रेस्ट वर्क एंड एंटरटेनमेंट मु ताकू गोटे एवी फैक्टर रे पकाउछि. राइट आचार विहार आहार एवं आ गोटे तार शब्द अच्छी एवी फैक्टर राइट. सो सेटा को जदि आमे करिबा प्रॉपर माइंडसेट हबो एवं आमे पॉजिटिव चिंता करि परिबा. ता संगे लिंक अच्छी इनोवेशन जोटा कि प्रोफेसर गिरी कथार्ता कहले एवं प्रेजेंटेशन भी देखेले एवं डिसरप्टिव इनोवेशन कथा भी अपन टिके मझे डिस्कशंस कले एवं इनोवेशन टाको लिंक कले कि इनोवेशन टा केवल खाली इनोवेशन ही रही तो कथा नुहे कमर्शियली भाइबल हवा दरकार सस्टेनेबल हवा दरकार एवं तार गोटे स्केलेबिलिटी भी हवा दरकार. एटा हेले कौन हम एटा हेले आम एक्चुअली आत्मनिर्भर जो कथा कहते स्वावलंबन कथा कहते आमको स्वावलंबन से थ्रू मिल स्वावलंबन मिलले कौन हम कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़िबो. करेक्ट केते जण आदरे राजी अछंती कॉन्फिडेंस आपनर किछ ना किछ बढ़ीची हाथ कटको जदि कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़िबो that confidence is just like a wing right. It's a wing. So use that confidence, show that confidence, spread that confidence. It will automatically make you bigger and larger in life. So we'll make ourselves larger in our thought process and action, and our thought process and action will decide the growth of our state. So with this I think it's the right platform sir. You all are present. तो आमर जो पिला माने आछंती ऐसे कंपटीशन रे तांको आमे टिके रिकॉग्नाइज करिबा reward kariba with your presence and the presence of our president Siddharth Pradhan sir, our trustee Prakash bhai. आधे मुझे कही रखी गोटे एग्रीकल्चर कथा गोटे कि क्वेश्चन पचार बहुत सारा डिस्कसन होता मुझे कहूँ सार कहते मझे कि स्टेबिलिटी इज वेरी इंपोर्टेंट गवर्नमेंट रो स्टेबिलिटी इज वेरी इंपोर्टेंट देखो गोटे कोऑपरेटिव अप्रोच अच्छी यूथ कोऑपरेटिव एग्रीकल्चर को जदि आमको आग को आछर अच्छी से गोटे थॉट प्रोसेस कि यूथ कोऑपरेटिव रे थ्रू आम केमती के ऑगमेंट करिपरिबा एग्रीगेट करिपरिबा जो विषयटा कहते ता विषय भी चिंता करा दरकार गवर्नमेंट तापर गोटे एथर नुआ मिनिस्ट्री भी करिछि कोऑपरेटिव मिनिस्टर खुद होम मिनिस्टर अमित शाह जी इज लीडिंग दैट पर्टिकुलर मिनिस्ट्री यू कैन इमेजिन हाउ इम्पोर्टेंट दिस कोऑपरेटिव इज इन आवर सोसाइटी एवं गोटे नेशनल युवा कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी भी आमर अच्छी जो थे कि आमर ट्रस्टी प्रकाश भाई हिज ऑल्सो प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर इंस्टीट्यूशन आम ऑफलाइन ए विषय डिस्कस करिपरिबा एग्रीकल्चर को आम आगु को कोऑपरेटिव माध्यम रे भी नहीं परिबा ए जो 3 दिन डिस्कशंस आम कले बहुत सारा पैनलिस्ट आम पाखे करीब करीब 15टा 18टा पैनलिस्ट 3 दिन डिस्कशन अस्मिता एवं स्वावलंबन एवं जोटा आमर स्वाभिमान को लेकिन 3 दिन डिस्कस है तार आम गोटे वेबसाइट रे रखिबो समस्त कनेक्शन दबो विल इंटरैक्ट मोर एंड मोर तो नाउ मु रिक्वेस्ट करी आमर लिस्ट मो पाखे अच्छी जो मैंने विनर होते से मैंने सामना को आसतु किसी पिला आम फर्स्ट डे करूँ सर्टिफिकेट दबु जो मैंने रही होते विनर रे तांको आम प्राइज भी दबु सो आई कॉल मधुस्मिता मोहांती टू द स्टेज ताली आगे आगे श्योर 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 थैंक यू नो वरीज थैंक यू सर सो गौतम रुद्रासी सर Prakash bhai, I request you to come on the stage and distribute certificate. Okay. So Madhusmita Mantra kahin chhe? चेक अच्छी चेक नहीं चाहते सर्टिफिकेट चेक हार्ड चेक करो कब नहीं स्टार्ट कर ये प्रोफेसर गिरी डॉक्टर अशोक चौधरी please come on the stage you are our core member please join us for felicitating Professor Giri please come you are a young entrepreneur it will inspire more please thank you so Madhusmita is being rewarded with a cash check rupees 25,000 rupees Gautam Rudrasi Gautam available Nantiki Gautam okay so Manish Meher his third prize 10,000 rupees in category A Odia essay so Odia essay lekhitile category A re so category A ta hochi amar thila Odisha 2036 category A English अन्वेषा महापात्र 10,000 rupees अन्वेषा महापात्र she is the winner for category A English and being rewarded with 25,000 rupees cash check yes all winners please stand here we'll have a group photo come to the corner and stand yeah next is Shreya Rath she is getting 20,000 rupees cash in a check form and certificate come Shreya Kiran Jyoti Mohanty category A 10,000 rupees third prize किरण है नहीं Okay, next. So category B, Nirlipta Mishra. Category B in Odia, first prize 30,000 rupees. Jagannath Bag. Jagannath Bag, it achanti. Okay, 25,000 rupees, second prize. Sumit Saurabh Nanda, third prize 15,000 rupees. Sumit Saurabh Nanda, achi? Sumit. Okay, so category B, English. Lelina Priyadarshini, 30,000 rupees. And first prize, English writing, category B. Second prize, Mona Lisa Jena. Third prize, Somyasri Sahu. Mona Lisa 9. Okay. Okay, so now I request all the winners. Eita chanto, tame check rakhi diyo seiti. Just come with your certificate for a group photo. For a group photo, and mo request karibi amaro Tapas bhai achanti eti. Tapas bhai, Ravi bhai achanti. Ravi Das, GB Panda bhai. ଆପଣ ଆସନ୍ତୁ ଏଇ ତିନି ଜଣ ଏଇ ଯେଉଁ ଏସେ କମ୍ପିଟିସନଟାକୁ କମ୍ପ୍ଲିଟ୍ ଡ୍ରାଇଭ୍ କରିଥିଲେ ଆମର ଅଞ୍ଜୁମାନ ବି ଅଛନ୍ତି ଏଠି ଅଞ୍ଜୁମାନ ଏବଂ ଏ ତିନି ଦିନର ଏକ୍ସରସାଇଜରେ ଆମର ଡୋସାର ରିପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟେଟିଭ୍ ଏବଂ ଭଲ୍ୟୁଣ୍ଟିୟର ମାନେ ବି ଅଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ଗୋଟେ ବହୁତ ବଡ଼ କ୍ଲାପ୍ କରନ୍ତୁ ସେମାନେ ଫ୍ୟାସିଲିଟେଟ୍ କଲେ ଆପଣମାନଙ୍କୁ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ବୁଲେଇ ନେଲେ ବହୁତ ବହୁତ ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ ଆସ ସମସ୍ତେ ଆସ ଫର୍ ଏ ଗ୍ରୁପ୍ ଫଟୋ କ୍ୱିକ୍ Anjuman is here. Anjuman. Hey, Pilamane. If you come from this. You're not here, Anjuman? Okay. Anjuman, where is it? Okay, no problem. Rabe achandi. So if DOSA volunteers are there, just stand. We'll just want to see you on your own positions. Achanti? Okay. Give a big round of applause. Thank you. Okay, so DOSA full promote Delhi Odia Student Association. जो पिला माने आपण मानन को समस्त को नहीं कि बुलेले volunteer. Stay connected with them. तो आगु पुणी पढ़िया पे आसीबो सब जिनस हबो सो पर्सनल कनेक्टेड रहिए ताको आपन बेनिफिट मिलिबो थैंक यू डन एक मिनट थैंक यू
फाइनली आमर किसी मासर उद्यम आज शेष होगा को जाऊँगी मो यंग पुओ झील मान को कहया को चाहे आपण माने हेले आम देशर भविष्य मु कहवाक चाहे जे आपण मैंने हेले आमर देशर लीडर आमे जो इनिशिएटिवटा नहीं ओडिया समाज रे एटा कंटिन्यू हम आपण माने किछि जदि चाहिए टेक्निकल सपोर्ट हैंड होल्डिंग ओडिया समाज को आपण माने लिखि पारिबे चिट्ठी आमे फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट पाई भी अरेंज करिया को चेष्टा करूचु एई मंजीटी जोठी आमे लगेइचु से गछ फलिया को किछि वर्ष लागिबो मु चाहे एई प्रथम उद्यम जोटा आमे करिचु एटा टिके टाइम लागिबो बहुत पिला जो मैंने आसी पार्लेनी कि प्रथम सिलेक्शन रे 100 भितर रही पार्लेनी मते बारंबार फोन करूचंती सर आमको भी गोटे चांस दियंतु आम ट्रस्टी माने आमे कथाटा करिवु केमिति आपण मानकु सहायता करिवु केमिति एटा सक्सेसफुल हबो इंग्लिश से गोटे सेइंग अच्छी रोम वाज नॉट बिल्ट इन ए डे एटा बहुत वर्ष लागिबो आम सफल हवा पाई आपण माने जो माने आसी चिंती मु अनुरोध करी बारंबार आम संगे लिंक रखंतु जहाँ किसी साहाय्य दरकार वेदर इट इज एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव टेक्निकल फाइनेंशियल आम चेष्टा करूँ आपन को साहाय्य करने धन्यवाद गॉड ब्लेस यू नमस्कार थैंक यू सर जय जगन्नाथ वंदे उत्कल जननी
थैंक यू सर सो आम ये कंटिन्यू रखा आमर जो कनेक्शन होती देन लेट्स ब्रेक फॉर लंच नाउ जोटी आपंकर पिला जो व्यवस्था है जी ऑल आवर गेस्ट प्लीज जॉइन अस फॉर लंच फीडबैक एवं मु चाहूली